What's good, everyone? Hello, and thanks for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good? I wanted to come back on here. Hopefully, this individual shows up. Um, to speak about a conversation that we had. I attempted to speak with someone who was hitting me up about all of a sudden what was going on with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and a lot of what is said out here behind the scenes, people don't want to take ownership, on a platform or forum, right? They'll say what they need to say, behind the avatar, whatever the case may be. But it just seems like being that this fight with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is not taking place as quickly as people would like. Now they're resulting back to as if Deontay Wilder is doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He's not supposed to push for arbitration. He isn't supposed to do what he set out to do. And that is reenact the damn trilogy and try to go in there and get his title back. So I'm asking myself, why was people in such a hurry to see him lose the title and then think he was going to lie down if indeed he had a contractual commitment and obligation within 30 days after his fight to say, okay, I want to step back in there and fight Tyson Fury? He could have just as well quit. He could have let this go, It wouldn't have been anything. He could have just went out here and fought somebody else and let it ride. And then it was nothing else we had to say about it. But that's not the case, is it? The case is as such, mediation and everything else is up and running, is active. And the positive aspect about it is we're seeing that Deontay Wilder is not being a so-called, one-hit wonder, individuals that reign defeated. He reigned as a champion. He was undefeated. He gave us everything we could ask for in the champion. And then when it came down for him losing, we didn't hear too much more from him. That hasn't been the case. And he should be commended for that. You know what I'm saying? He should be commended for holding this square in the time of adversity too. Because they always talk about a testament of a man is not in comfort and convenience. They always say that. So if it's not in comfort and convenience, then when controversy is involved, we should praise the individual for standing up for what they believe is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost your title, sure enough. The towel came in, sure enough. But when his heart of hearts and what he's trained for in his boxing career, not really having a template like a lot of fighters, fast track through the Olympics and then making as far as he was able to on the professional level, he felt like on February 22nd, he lost the fight that night, but hasn't lost the war. And, it's a war brewing right here, not just with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, but with the boxing public in general, because it seems like individuals are not even taking in consideration, to be sensitive about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we advocating for him to be a quitter? I'm just curious, are we advocating for the U.S. champion to lie down, quit, capitulate, kowtow, and just be a subordinate just because he has one loss? No, we expect him to rise back up. You know what I'm saying? We expect him to do just that. And it's just real curious when I have these conversations with other people with the groups. The first thing they want to do is say that we're just on the Deontay Wilder's bandwagon. I'll say, what bandwagon is that after 5 years? Like, what bandwagon is that? We're at 2 fights down. Excuse me. We're two fights down on a potential trilogy, right? So you tell me, if I'm trying to have a boxing dialogue with you, and you keep bringing up negative content, obviously you don't like the person themselves. So I'm asking, like, why the hate and why the support for somebody in both of these fighters you never met? But why, if you haven't met either fighter, why are you bringing such immediate grace and gratitude for what Tyson Fury was able to do? He's a legitimate, validated, official cheater of the sport. And you know what, people, he should be treated as such, man, because at the end of the day, if you haven't really been hit in the face and understand somebody who has, if you haven't interviewed these fighters that you can barely understand what the hell they're talking about, then I don't think you're a hardcore boxing fan and you really don't care about what they put on the line inside those ropes. You know what I'm saying? I just think you like to come on the YTBC and talk it up just for fun. It's more than just for fun when you have cats that's coming down with dementia and pugilistica and you can barely understand. Their mind is telling them that they want to complete a sentence, right? But mechanically and neurologically, they're incapable of doing it the way they feel, because they're the tongue in their mouth is not reciprocating what their mind is telling you. You know what I'm saying? Their mind is telling them something that they want to say, but it's not registering. You know what I'm saying? The signal is not being sent. The body mechanics is not functioning properly. And that is from, whatever abuse they received. Everybody's body is different. When you get a person like Tyson Fury, right? He's no different than Panama Lewis. Tyson Fury is no different than Panama Lewis. If you're a cheater, it's others that know that you have been cheating and know that you are a cheater. I know. I mean, you shouldn't even get mad when someone keeps talking about it. You can't say WCS talks about this shit all the time. I don't. But it needs to be spoken about, because Tyson Fury is no different than Panama Lewis. I know he's gone now. He's passed. But the man was a bona fide cheater in a sport where he was experienced in. Like, Panama Lewis was experienced in this sport. He know all the backhanded, under the table type, slick, grimy. He knew all of that. That fight with him and Luis Resto wasn't the first time he started that. Say, hey, Resto, why don't we try this tonight? No, it wasn't. He had money on the fight. Luis Resto wasn't even undefeated. But see, Tyson Fury, the way his gloves looked in the fight, the way his glove was moving and wavering in the motion. At this day and time, people will look at that shit and still be not convinced, man. That's fucking amazing that they would get tired of you talking about it before they even put enough energy in to figure out what you're talking about, if it has merit or not. They would just automatically say, oh man, another Tyson, another motherfucking Tyson hater. Another Deontay Wilder dick rider. But they would not even give you the benefit. They would just hear a couple of words and they say, oh shit, here go another black channel talking about Deontay. Oh God. It's not even that. Because I want y'all to understand. I just want people to understand what your eyes are telling you and what your brain is denying. They call it selective amnesia for a reason, but even with selective amnesia, you still remember what you are attempting to deny. That is factual. You still remember what your brain is trying to deny. It's called selective because it's only temporarily. It's not permanent. If God would have blessed us with permanently erasing a memory, a bad thought, anything we just want to get out of our recall memory, I believe life would be much, much better. Because people are not remembering all the times that Tyson Fury has cheated on separate occasions. If by chance Deontay Wilder would have been in a wheelchair or in the same condition as Gerald McLean, then therefore there might have been some people out here that say, well, let me go down the list and see who he's taking punishment against. I don't think it was Tyson Fury, to say the least. What about Arthur Spilka? Didn't he take some punishment? See, we really can't narrow it down to one. That's what these people be telling us. We cannot narrow down one particular fight that Deontay Wilder was in to set him in a wheelchair. The man can fight 42 freaking fights, y'all. You know what I'm saying? 42 fights. Give you the highlight reels you're looking for. And he runs into Tyson Fury, who doesn't have the Deontay Wilder's TNT. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have that moment. You know what I'm saying? That moment, that game changer. But all of a sudden, firing Ben Davison, hiring Sugar Hill, and all these other people, he's trying to say, oh, well, since it went to Crunk, the 2.0 Crunk, I was taught all this other stuff by Sugar Hill. And that's what made me the incredible transformation of a fighter that I am right now. Listen, no one is believing it except those who have selective amnesia. That's real talk. Except those who have selective amnesia. What's going on, people? TJ Sports and Entertainment. What's good? Mark Nash, Breaking Beats. Salute to you. Appreciate you. Say WCS best in the business. Drop the link, my G. What's good there, Mark? J Blues Radio. What's good? Dude, Resto's face was destroyed. Cotto's face was destroyed. How come Wilder's face wasn't all busted up? You're right, J Blues. Looking back at the fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, I never seen a scratch on Wilder's face. You're absolutely right. I never thought about that. To compare Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury's fight to Resto and Cotto's aesthetic differences with the fight. I never thought. Seriously, I know I'm much older in age, but I never thought this, because when I was looking at Deontay Wilder's face in the fight, I was saying to myself, like, why is he not fighting the way he should? He don't even have a scratch on his face. There's no blood. It's no nothing. When Tyson Fury was in the clinch with Deontay Wilder and he tried to lick his shoulder, I was like, why is he doing that? There's nothing there. What is he trying to prove? Whoever, Guy, I don't think you speak for the entire UK. You know what I'm saying? No one's saying that the UK actually, the entire UK actually represents Tyson Fury the Cheat. Tyson Fury the Cheat wasn't really in the good graces of the United Kingdom before he was suspended. They really didn't embrace Tyson Fury like they did Anthony Joshua. They didn't. This don't have anything to do with UK. Tyson Fury's mainstream media is over here. So you're absolutely making no sense. You want to talk about just UK fights. I'm talking about Tyson Fury the Cheat. Let me put my thumbnail back up there in case you came in late. That's who I'm speaking about. Last time I checked, Tyson Fury, he was fighting over here in the US a lot. He was soaking up that US that U.S. currency. So all of a sudden, y'all look, all of a sudden, a boxer that doesn't have a UK boxing license, we have a troll over here supporting them, right? We have a troll over here supporting, right? Ah, I got it. I got it. Thanks for being you. A troll is in the live chat every other second, but appreciate your energy, your homework. Attacked, attacked, attacked. Who attacked Nigel Benn? Who? I'm speaking of the pugilistical results or the impact or the detrimental effect a fighter can go through while in the sport. So my comparison was the fact that Tyson Fury finds it so easily to cheat and have altered and manipulated gloves. And he doesn't even care about what happened to Gerald McLean. He doesn't care because he chose to do or execute a type of mannerisms that can hurt his opponent permanently. This is not Deontay Wilder stepping through the ropes to go home and all the pain goes away. And like the guy said right there, you know what I'm saying? He went out there and basically said that I'm attacking UK fighters. So you obviously listened to nothing I said. Hey, what's going on, Mark? I ain't see you pop your camera on. That's you or what? I can't tell these days. Man, you a fool, dog. What's going on, Mark? Dash Breaking Beats in the building. What's good, man?
Peace to you, sir. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. And yourself?
Yeah. I'm on my phone instead of like in the studio because I'm about to, you know, I'm about to be in daddy mode. I got to put my daughter down for the night. But if you're gonna keep cooking,
It's
I'll
all
be
good.
back, or I'll be in the chat, or I'll just be backstage while I'm giving her a bath. But my G, first and foremost, let me start this shit off right. Smash the like button. If you got the capability to click that share button and be a part of this YouTube community, you got X amount of subscribers. You know who you are. Click that share button if it's able and you can do it. Support the show. Support World Combat Sports. He's the best in the business, my G. Last time I checked, you was the man. Look, yo, when you said that shit a while ago, I was like, last time I checked, World Combat Sports was the man in these streets. Man, he get the best interviews, best commentary, and he a real one, bro. You gonna see him at the fights. You gonna see him at the boxing gym. You gonna see him at the MMA gym. Shit, I look. He pulled up on me. I thought it was all love. Shit, that nigga started bouncing around me, popping little fake jabs. I was like, hold up, did I get set up for border wars? Oh shit. Army
It was
versus
all
Marine.
love, man. It was all
I was
love.
like, nigga, I ain't. Hey, look, I was like, I ain't ready. You know, I'm on disability, right? I got a bad back. Hey, look, I was like, I got PTSD, my nigga. I might shoot you right now. Stop playing with me. It's all love. But look, you got the camera on, nigga. I can't let you beat me up on my life, my own life. Nah, nigga, we about to shoot this gym up. What the hell you doing, World Combat? But you were just having fun. You a real one. And you just didn't know I was not about to be playing around. I was like, hold up, we just met, my nigga. We only met
Hey,
4 times.
I'm
Look,
glad you
hey,
kept
look,
the pistol in the hip. I'm
hey,
glad you
look, I'm
kept the
getting my
pistol on
jokes
the hip.
off. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm glad you kept the pistol on the hip that day, bro.
Right, because I almost hit Brian Norman in the face with the drone, and we would have had to shoot ourselves out of here. I was about to damage all 20 years of your combat sports relationships with one night.
Oh, it would have
And
been
they're gonna be
crucial. I
like,
ain't gonna
World
lie. It would
Combat,
have
you
been
brought
crucial.
this nigga in here.
Yep. And he undefeated. And he 18 and 0 undefeated. Shit.
Let's speak on that, man. But yeah, I was about to give him a first cut over his eye. His first cut came over his eye for some high ass, drunk ass Army PTSD veteran flying the drone inside the boxing gym for the first time. And I ain't gonna lie, I got starstruck, man, because yo, his work ethic was crazy. I was sitting over there little by little. I started shit. Like, I need to go home and work out more. Like, this kid is just focused on a different level, man. Salute to the whole Norman family. Salute the gym, Mr. Norman. Rest in peace, Coach Lopez. Shout out to Tay Jones, man. Thank you, World Combat, for inviting me into your world and let me rub shoulders with some of the greats and future Hall of Famers. Cause like I said, it's unparalleled what you're doing, bro. You're on here every day. You really go to the fights. You really go to the gyms. Like you got mad footage that ain't even came out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you hoarder. You a hoarder, motherfucker. Pardon my French, but I'm in France. But you are a hoarder. You have so much footage that you ain't even dropped yet. So I just want to give you your flowers, my brother. I know some people watching in the chat probably like, all right, Martinez, that's enough. Let's get back on point. But I just want you to know every time I see you go live, I want to share that link. I want to be the
Yeah,
first one
I
to
see it.
donate. I want to give everybody a cash mob challenge. We're gonna cash mob World Combat Sports because we got to get him out to the fights. We got to get him out there. We got to pay for the hotel. We got to help him, man, because he does have access, but it is a financial cost that you do have to take being an independent. And we got to help keep World Combat Sports independent. You know what I'm saying? So every time I'm up here, I want to be the first one to show support. I start off with the 2. I want somebody to match me with that 2. When they do that, I'm gonna do the 5. I need 5 people to give me $1. You know what I'm saying? Or one person give me $5. Then we're gonna match that and we're gonna take it up to the 10. I need 10 people to give me $1. Let's support this brother, man. Let's support him because he's real, he's raw, he's authentic, and that's a very, very rare trait in the day and climate that we're dealing in. And just because you don't see his face right now, don't mean he don't show his face. Check the play blacks. Check the play black. I keep saying play black, blah, 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 play black, but you know what it is. Check the playback. Like he's out there, he show his
Check
face. A lot
the
of
play
these
black.
dudes. Yeah, yeah, man. Well, check the play light skin because you ain't black, but you black, but you light skin. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love, man. Like, man, support this brother, man. Like, we gotta support these guys out here because a lot of these dudes talk about our culture, our sport, our struggle, and we don't never see their face. World Combat is out here, man. He's a real one, and he's everything he said he was, man. In another world, man, he would be my brother. He would be my father. He would be the pastor. Like, he would be the guy. He would have been my NCO. He would have been the drill sergeant. Like, he's everything that a young boy, me growing up, I wish I had early as a man. But we all get to where we are for certain reasons. And if so, if I had him early on in life as a mentor, I probably wouldn't be talking to you now. I'd probably be president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much, World Combat, for what you do for the sport, what you do for me, my network, my audience, my channel, my panel. And man, we love you, man. We gonna lift you up every time we see that live button. What
Yeah, I
we on
love you,
tonight?
bro. Appreciate that, man. Real talk. You know, pull back up, man. Once you're done doing what you're doing, just pull back up, man. I really I gotta finish cooking Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? I got to, bro.
I'm gonna mute my mic, and I'll be in the background, but I got
Okay.
time right now. I got time.
Okay, cool.
Cook that bird. Cook that bird, because from
Appreciate
what I'm
everything
hearing,
you just said, my
he
brother.
ducking the
And
fight, right? He ducking, right?
what now?
From what I'm hearing, if everything's correct, the judge is basically saying, "Hey, I can make him pay you, Deontay, but literally as a judge, I don't have the authority to make him fight." Like that's
I haven't got to the possibility of
but
everything that.
basically he ducking. And he said he disrespected me racially. So if you
Yeah.
make me fight him, that would be an unprecedented thing. You making me fight somebody who called me racial slurs. And I'm like, you guys both called each other Dacia, how you say Dasa and all of this
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
you are ducking the fight and you want to just buy your way out for a bigger fight, something more comfortable. It's too much smoke. Um, I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna let you keep cooking. When I can speak, let me know. But I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm gonna support you.
All
I
right.
don't blast the link out. My fans coming. They want to come see you too, and they want to see my logo on the screen when they see us pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because they know we about to cook this bird.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate you. Real talk. Deshaun Thompson, you said it's funny. He said there was not enough damage to Wilder's face, like a dent in his skull, not enough. Deshaun, that's why I was being a bit facetious in response, because that particular guy just was a temporary drive-by. Obviously, he don't drop through the channels. If he does, he's under a different logo and a different name in general. You know what I'm saying? He's not really trying to identify what the reality is. The reality is the fact on what we saw on that night. Now, this is why I think it's important to keep on burning this fire with Tyson Fury, because I believe it's too many people that's attempting to just jettison the fact that he is a legitimate cheater. He's official. If there's a title in his career, he should be remembered as one of the most authentic, bona fide cheaters. He is an absolute cheater in the sport. No one should sit up here and vilipend what he's done in the sport and treat it as if it should be diluted. Now, the severity should have maximum effort. The severity should be maximized, y'all. Period. It shouldn't be any leniency and understanding. This what I got. When the fight was over, right, and he's lost his title, and he really didn't say anything, but they's going off the words of JD's and everything. You really didn't hear too much from Deontay Wilder. But this what I was hearing. People was climbing the ladder to say that Deontay Wilder was making excuses for losing his belt. That was far from the truth. The man lost his belt and he didn't say anything. He was chilling with his family. He didn't say anything for months. So how is that wrong? It's not wrong at all. You have every right to live your life and socialize how you see fit. Even as a boxer, it's nothing that's mandated that you have to come up here and address your fans every 30 days. There's nothing in that mandates that. So him losing and giving no excuses himself, just, from people, taking what he said later on, then what more did you want? So the people couldn't wait. They finally was able to hear him speak. And he did it in the YTBC community. I believe it was 78 Sports first, if I'm correct. So he spoke on how he felt, what was on his mind. Some of what he said people didn't like, but that's boxing. That's straight up boxing. You're not going to make everybody freaking happy. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to make everybody happy. So him telling you what happened to him in the ring is what he felt. He was the fighter. He's in the heavyweight division. He felt certain things that he hasn't felt before. He's been in the ring. I can see if he wasn't in the ring with Tyson Fury already, but he was, and he went the distance and dropped him in the 12th. He was in there. He felt it. So for him to turn around and step back in the MGM to fight, and Tyson Fury performed the way he did, and the towel was thrown in, why are you acting like this man needs permission to state what he felt in the ring, to state everything that he felt in the ring? I mean, what's the point of you diminishing that value? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way that you can diminish that value when the man lip was fat. He was bleeding out of his ear. He felt that it was some type of advantages that Tyson Fury had. Not only that, but people want to look at Nick Asbury, who came out and said that, the gloves was without padding. They want to, some people want to say, well, Nick Asbury is just one of these fighters who's a bad sportsman. He's an upset fighter because he's not in Tyson Fury's position. No one a lot of people didn't want to believe what he was talking about just because he was a sparring partner. And he was saying, look at these gloves right here. Have we heard anything from Tyson to sue Nick Asbury for defamation, for lying on him? I mean, how can everything be a lie? How can you sit up here and try to exclude the fact that he was out of the sport for 2 years? He was pending results when he stepped in there for Klitschko. He was on an appeal. So it's fucked up for boxing to even allow him to step back in the ring while while pending an appeal in the first place. But if the man was in the ring February 22nd and Deontay Wilder felt what he felt against Tyson Fury, and the video and the stills, and people is looking at the sport all the time and see the knuckle prints in the glove, but yet the visual for what they're looking at, they just want to deny it. They say, nah, hey, it's you can see the knuckles potentially. It's possible with all that padding. Some of these cats don't even know what the ounce gloves are being worn in the heavyweight division. They might tell you 5 ounces. Oh, it's 5 ounces, right? They don't really know. Funny how one of these Fury channels said the fight is 95% done. All they need now is a venue. But do they forget Arum said they already had a venue? Can't even get their lives straight. A lot of these UK channels, man, they are fabricating their own type of narrative out here. That's what they do all the time, man. I'm telling you all. Listen, read. These UK channels, they will always put some shit out there. They always want to be the first one to put some bullshit out here, especially when it's dealing with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Every now and then, if Dillian White in their good graces, they'll put some shit out on him too. But I agree there, Deshaun. I agree. Period. WCS, no disrespect. I might have read it wrong, but sounded like you were linking Tyson's Fury pass-fail pad test to Ben versus McLean. I really don't know. You know, I listen. All I can do is tell you is listening and reading, the two fundamentals, you know, that allow us to communicate. But though nonverbal cues, you know, are more than freaking verbal cues, then if you're unable to see the person physically, then you have to listen. Like, how can I be comparing a suspension from Tyson to 2 other boxers that wasn't even in the heavyweight division? I'm just not understanding. Like, what are we talking about again? Why would I compare? I'm talking about his lack of sensitivity to what happened to McLean. His lack of sensitivity to acknowledge that he is indeed a cheat, a habitual cheat. It has nothing to do with the gypsies and all this stuff that he's trying to paint Deontay Wilder in court. It has everything to do with 2 individuals that's competing on the highest level. You stepping in the ring and you cutting corners and using foreign objects to inflict more damage. And then you have Sugar Hill up here. When he was acting about the gloves, he said the commission was in there. And then somebody asked him about the network stream that was disconnected. He said, I was looking at TV. And then when he was pressed on Barbershop Conversations, you know, he just sitting up there like, man, I ain't worried about this shit. I get on here and save face. I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Bands on bands. What's good? Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate your donation. Real talk. I appreciate you. Salute to you. And thanks for Mark, man. You know, he ain't just talking, man. He does share my content. He's one of the only ones to share my content. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mike too. Appreciate your support too. Real talk. Appreciate everyone's support, especially the ones that come up. Andrew Charles, you too, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, you should just you know, pay a little bit more attention to detail, man, because Tyson Fury is a cheat all of his own. You know what I'm saying? He's a bona fide cheat. He is habitual cheat. And I don't think he really cares about the damage that he inflicted on Deontay Wilder. You know, Deontay Wilder gave this man an opportunity coming off a hiatus to share the ring with him. But sometimes people do take your kindness for weakness. They do. They really don't care. If they believe there's no way they can be caught, then guess what? They will teach you a lesson. Especially when money's involved. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of money's involved in boxing. That's why they're trying to push this undisputed, all UK undisputed. That's why you have Arum up here telling the people that Tyson Fury say not today, not tomorrow, and not ever will he ever fight Wilder. Now, all of a sudden, Tyson Fury is holier than thou, and he's upset. We're talking about a guy who used to be extremely offensive. You know what I'm saying? He used to be extremely offensive when it came down to it. So why is he upset of what Deontay Wilder said? He's one man. How many times have you heard Tyson Fury go out here and call people out of their names, call them a cunt, a Dawson, and everything else under the sun? I mean, he's that type of trash talker. But all of a sudden, when it comes down to them competing in the ring and Deontay Wilder responding to the results that he received physically, some people acting like this man has went overboard with it. All because he fired Mark Breland. All because he made changes in his camp. All because he took one loss. Y'all wasn't acting this way when Anthony Joshua fired McCracken. Y'all wasn't acting that way. Right? Anthony Joshua fired his trainer to the lead up of his rematch with Andy Ruiz. Y'all not talking about that. Y'all don't want to hear anything about anything else. All you want to do is listen and say the same thing over and over again, that it's Deontay Wilder's fanboys. And to put that label on his fans is just disrespectful. It shows that you're a casual of the sport. You're temporary. You really don't follow it full time. Deontay Wilder's name is in the history book with some of the greats to ever do it as a heavyweight champion. I know people don't want to acknowledge that, but what's written and understood, it doesn't need to be explained. You know what I'm saying? What's written and understood don't need to be explained. Period. Show your face, J Blues. If you want to get on deck, right? You know, because it's a no troll lane right here. If you want to fall in, you're gonna have to pop the camera on so I can see who I'm talking to. I'm not gonna, bring you on in the back and you say something crazy. So just think about that. All right, Blue. Let me see. Appreciate everybody who donated. Mark Nash, once again, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mark Vans. Appreciate the ones, that's donating to the channel. You don't hear me telling you to donate all the time. With me, it's like this. This is the way I look at it. People have to tell you to do something that you can do on your own. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't think I should be up here telling you 100 times to donate, even though it is, an assistance to the channel. Absolutely. It is. And I listen to certain channels and they'll tell people to donate to the channel 100 times over. But you have to appreciate the ones that do it without being told. So I appreciate you. Blues, I see you in the back, J Blue, but I don't see your face. Mark Nash donated. He said, "Who gonna mash me now with $5 bands on bands did? I need 5 people to support the $1 piece for the content. I appreciate you." He right. I do go to these. So no camera. I come in peace, man. Okay, let me see if this guy talking about what's going on, bro.
Yo, what up, man? I ain't no trouble, bro. It's all good.
I mean, where you out of, man? J Blue.
You say what?
Where you out of? What area code you out of?
I'm in South Carolina, man.
Okay. Talk to me. What you pull up? What you want to talk about? What you have in response to my topic today?
For real, I just want to know your take, man. Like, why are you so thoroughly convinced that he is the cheater that you say he is?
Why am I so thoroughly convinced, or what I based it on as far as research and everything, and just
either
knowing?
one.
I mean, I basically spoke on it in live. Like, it's out there. It's public record that Tyson Fury has cheated in the past, and also following the sport of boxing, right? It's certain things that's just abnormal when it comes to the gear and attire that a fighter wears in the ring. Gloves supposed to move a certain way. If by chance they do something that's eccentric in the flow of movement of a strike, then somebody should examine that. Somebody should scrutinize it a bit more. But they overlook it because it's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury can go up here and flick out a jab, and his gloves are flapping all over the place. And people just want to say, nah, it's Deontay fans making excuses. Look, whatever I say, it's only going to be heard. It's not going to change the WBC to go and do an investigation. It's not going to do anything of that nature. But for his team to disconnect the stream, and then everybody just look at that like it's nothing. When does that happen in a huge fight with the magnitude of Nevada State Athletic Commission? How can you say in 1 minute there's a commission in the room, but then you're not even using that same example when they cut the stream before the fight even started? I mean, is that normal? No, it's not normal. So why is it not considered just one of the layers of cheating?
Right. I get what you're saying about how weird they look. Like even when he beyond flicking, when he would land with the left hook, when like a left hand slap, like his shit would go at a weird angle, bro. It did look weird. But if you slow-mo anything, the physics of how things move in slow motion is going to look strange. It's going to look peculiar and abnormal and it's going to look foreign because you don't see that shit with your naked eye, man. Like if you want to talk about gloves looking weird, Devin Haney's glove did the same shit in the Gamboa fight. He leapt in for a left hook, and his glove almost touched the top of his forearm. It bent back so much. It looks weird in slow motion. So I can get that, bro. And the backstage tape of JD's watching him wrap it. It's like, that's what you're talking about, the cut stream, right? It's like 3 or 4 seconds of him watching. It's not a full video of him actually watching the hands wrap. That's what you're talking about, right?
I said that earlier. I didn't really know. I'm talking about when the team member Tyson Fury actually stepped up on a chair or whatever.
All through the towel over the camera,
directly
right?
into the camera lens, and they put a towel or something over it and disconnected the string.
Yeah,
why
weird,
is that being overlooked as if it's a normality in boxing? And look, with the glove flapping, it's no way I can compare that to Devin Haney, because with Tyson Fury, his hand wraps are always showing on the same hand that's in question. His hand wraps are not supposed to show like that. You know, his boys in his corner shouldn't be pulling his glove. You know what I'm saying? That's very suspicious, and it seems like it was malice, bro. What you say about that? Ricky Hatton pulling his glove the way he did.
Ricky Hatton said his excuse or his explanation of pulling the glove was that when he flicks like that, like the whole point of it looking weird is because his hand is open and it's going to look strange, but it's not supposed to look like how you typically see a glove with a clenched fist. But I'm saying the flicking is knocking the glove down ever so much, ever so slightly. So that was his reasoning for pushing the glove back up.
So how many times do you see fighters that go in there and in tough fights, period, their hand wraps are showing?
You talking about on the bottom?
Have you been in the back room and actually seen a boxer, and commission sign off on the hand wraps, and then the boxing gloves are wrapped? They're not loosely wrapped as such. It's no way. It don't matter how you flick your hand. Compare another fighter, 1 or 2, I would say 2 at least, that you've seen the hand wraps showing in a fight.
You mean underneath the bottom?
Hand wraps are what the hand is wrapped with first, the protection.
But where are you talking about showing through, like in the palm?
No, I'm talking about as the gloves is pulled down, you see the hand wrap around the wrist area. How is that the case when that's not across the board in boxing? Not even on a regional level, you don't see gloves, showing the hand wrap that's beneath the glove itself and the tape and everything else. Why is Tyson Fury the same hand showing his hand wraps?
I don't know, bro. I'm not an expert on how like they fit equipment and how they actually put gloves on and shit. So I don't know. This a peculiar, like, dude, in my mind, dimensions. His proportions are so freakish. Like of course it looks fucked up, bro. He's 6'9", he's got Sasquatch hands. Like you don't think the glove could have slid off his shit? Like
Not more than one fight. Not more than one fight, bro. There's no way you're gonna sit up here and allow me to give him any type of excuse at all. Not more than one fight, man. Not when the footage is out there. Not when he was caught at the Christian Hammer fight with tampered gloves. He went in the Christian Hammer fight dirty, and also he had a tampered glove. I mean, how much collective evidence do you need that this man is a habitual cheater? I don't think Tyson Fury really cares about the sport as much as he does, just going in there cheating and damaging people. I don't think he truly cares, man. He might be a fucked up individual that knows how to play the system.
I do believe that. He's a con man to the highest degree, man. Like this, nothing he says is going to be golden truth, bro. Like everything is going to be a sell. Like, I hate to break it down, but I mean, I ain't gonna say it about his culture, man. But Tyson's out there, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, one thing that turned me on Tyson, that made me say fuck this guy personally, like fuck all the boxing. He walked past the little kid, like the weigh-in. Do you remember the weigh-in for the rematch? And like, there's this long ass ramp he had to walk down, like say, like 15 yards. Nobody was leaning out over the fucking rail. Like, there's a rail with a shitload of fans and shit right there. One person was leaning over to get a high five, and there's a little kid, and Tyson just walked straight on past him, bro. And then at the end of the ramp, he's slapping high fives and shit. I don't know, man. He's just not the person that he puts himself across as, man. Like he's a con man. So I can agree with you on that, but the cheating thing's so fucking far fetched, bro. Like where's the evidence, man? Where's the real evidence?
The evidence is out here in the media, bro.
What does that mean?
What does it mean is that if anyone, you, myself, if we have the physical ability to see something and then digest it for right and wrong, that is what God blessed us with if we're healthy enough to basically separate right from wrong. I mean, we can't sit up here and use selective amnesia and be in denial. If the footage is out here in video and you asking me, well, what is it? What does it mean exactly? I'm telling you, well, you seem like an intelligent cat. I mean, you watching the footage like me? Are you seeing what is going on in the sport of boxing comparable to the way Tyson Fury's attire looked? His attire looks different. His attire is not the trunks, okay? His attire is not the mouthpiece or the shoes. We're talking about the attire being the gloves. The gloves look funny. They look weird. They look strange. They look like they've been manipulated. You shouldn't be seeing any type of knuckle prints in the glove. What ounce gloves do heavyweights wear?
12 ounce, right? Or is it 10
I'm
ounce?
asking you, Brick Dog. I'm asking you. Because the reason why I'm asking you is that if heavyweights wear larger gloves, right? How difficult would it be? And you're trying to say Tyson Fury has these big hands. How easy would it be to see his knuckle print?
Dude, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of bullshit because you can see Joshua's knuckle print in the Ruiz fight. You can see Jake Paul's knuckle print in the Nate Robinson fight. Like, that shit don't mean nothing. You can see Ruiz's knuckle outline,
bro. Come on,
yes,
now.
You can. Do you want me to bring up a picture? I'll post one right now, bro.
I'm talking about the name itself. I'm not sitting up here talking about Jake Paul right now, bro. I'm talking about strictly Tyson Fury, man.
Well, what about Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, man? You can see their knuckles clearly defined in the glove. D had a great point. D Jeff said sometimes dudes hit pads in the back with the fight gloves on and fuck the gloves up. They deteriorate the gloves and go to the ring with faulty shit, with halfway cheating gloves. So it's not so much that they cheated, bro. It's not so much that Fury cheated. Maybe he hit the pads in the back and fucked the gloves up. I don't know, man.
There's no way that I can digest any type of leniency on Fury for what happened, because it's a lot of people hit the mitts to warm up. It's a lot of people that hit the mitts. I mean, they tell you not to hit the wall to soften up and basically separate the padding in the glove and everything. That's what's
maybe they
was
beating the wall. Maybe they was doing some shit they wasn't supposed to do. Like Mike Tyson used
maybe
to
he was cheating. Maybe he manipulated the gloves. That's what
that still ain't cheating though. That's not equivalent to fucking Louis Resto or goddamn Margarito. Like, that's my biggest fucking thing, dude. That's the smoking gun to me. Margarito's jab was like George Foreman. It's just like, you seen Cotto react to it like, what the fuck? And he got stumbled by the tiniest little glancing shot. Plus, he could punch anywhere. Like Nassim said, just punch the elbow, punch the top of the head. Like, dude, none of that shit was consistent in the Wilder fight. Like, why wasn't Wilder's whole face swelling up, bro? Blood running out of his nose and shit. It's just the ear.
So you didn't see no damage on Wilder? The red shit was Cabernet red wine?
He busted his eardrum with a punch behind the ear. That's about it, man. If he had loaded gloves, his whole face would have been fucked up. He would have been rocking him
all
with
the
the
memes is out there. So everybody swell up different. So you're trying to say with the damage that Wilder received, I don't know how many times you watched the fight or not. I'm assuming you watched it more than once, right?
About
so 6. You're trying to say the fat lip and the damage that he took, and his ear bleeding all over the place, blood all on his shoulder and back. You're trying to tell me just off the eye test, you can say that he didn't receive that much damage, but then turn back around and you say the gloves was okay because you've seen that in other fights.
You ever seen Larry Holmes lick his jab?
Gloves, look, check this out, Jay Blues. You saying when it's beneficial for the gloves, you will basically exonerate Tyson Fury from cheating. His liability has been omitted. But then when it comes to Deontay Wilder taking punishment, you want to say, well, he didn't have that much punishment, man. He just, his ear was bleeding and that was it.
That made no fucking sense. What I'm saying is it's not consistent with cases where people have actually cheated. The actual evidence is on their faces, man. You can see, like, Cotto looked like he had been in a car accident, bro. Like, Billy Collins' eyes were swole shut in the fight, man. Wilder didn't even have a mouth.
In that scenario earlier was the fact that Panama is considered one of the biggest cheaters in the sport. And what I was trying to say about how you sit up here and your comfort zone is, if it has anything to do with Tyson Fury and these gloves, you want to negate it right off the back. You say, well, let me compare it to Anthony Joshua. Let me compare it to Jake Paul. But yet you can't sit up here and compare anything to justify the amount of punishment Deontay Wilder took. The one thing that you say is that it makes no fucking sense because you're in denial. You know what I'm saying? But
oh my God. What punishment did he take? What damage besides the ear?
Check this out. You're trying to say what you saw in the ring.
Right.
Deontay Wilder took absolutely no significant damage. It was nothing special about the damage.
Not significant to the point where he was cheating. It's not like he had concrete in his gloves. You would have seen that shit on his face.
Bro, okay, you seen Wilder, concrete, bro? Who said anything about concrete?
Egg weights, whatever you want to say. But you've seen Wilder with a mouse under his eye before, right? Was it the Spilka fight?
A mouse.
A swelling. Mouse. A swelling. Yes, a mouse.
So what is your occupation? What is your profession? Were you at the fight? If you wasn't fight, how can you sit up here and degrade or devalue the punishment that he took that night? How can you just devalue the severity of the punishment this man took? How?
Valuing it, I'll just say it wasn't as worse as Cotto or Billy Collins, man. It's not consistent.
But bro, we're talking about February 22nd. We're talking about February.
I can't reference other times. Come on, man. You double talking, bro. You trying to paint me into a corner. So what you're saying is, why can't we just talk about this? Why can't we just have an honest conversation, bro? Why are you trying to get me right now?
Hold on for a second, Jay Blues.
You said my comfort zone.
Hold on for a second, bro. It's just words.
I'm being respectful up here, man. You trying to get me?
Hold on for a second.
I don't like that.
Hold on for you shouldn't like it. It's a boxing debate. What does boxing debate do?
We can't just have a conversation. Somebody's got to win this, right? Come on.
Listen, you said I made no fucking sense when I was sitting up here trying to explain. You want to sit up here and devalue the fact of Tyson Fury ever having anything wrong with his gloves, but yet you turn right around and you don't have none of that sensitivity for Deontay Wilder. You're like, well, he didn't take that much punishment. He's good. He's that you didn't even allow that he was in a tough fight. He was in a tough fucking fight that night. Tay Jones, what's good?
What up, Tay? I'm not saying he didn't. Yeah, go ahead, Tay. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just listening, because this is very interesting. So I'm just listening.
Okay. All right, for sure. You can chime in whenever you feel like it, champ. Jay Blues, go ahead. Say what you were saying, man.
I'm just saying, man. It does not seem consistent with times where you actually seen that kind of cheating take place. I'm not saying that he didn't take
Sticking to the
punishment.
topic, Jay Blues. You said you was mad that you felt some type of agitation because I said you was in a comfort zone. I see a lot of times when Deontay Wilder is a topic, right? People always seem to devalue so easily what Tyson Fury potential of cheating is, but yet when it comes to Deontay Wilder, they don't have that same kindness. It's not even genuine enough to start off to say, you know what, I can see where the damage that he took, it might have been from something other than a regular boxing glove. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, you know what, he looked fine to me. He wasn't bleeding out the ear.
Where
he
was
just got hit behind the head.
What about the hematoma? Why wasn't there any hematoma on his face, on his cheek, on his anything, bro? On his body, like it's only the busted eardrum.
He was hit in the head, and they say he put a dent in his head.
Do I believe in the dent in the head? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, you didn't see anything that came out with him saying, he was hit in the side of the head and had an indentation, a dent in his head?
Was it certified and signed off by a doctor? Like, did he show that he actually had a medical expert examine him and it gave their professional opinion, or was it just some shit that he said?
No, it's about three different doctors.
Really? Why didn't he say that then, man? Like, why didn't he post it like with them? Like,
that's the thing about it. He's not gonna give everything to the media, brother.
Yeah, but that's proof. That's fucking evidence right there, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. It is, but he's not gonna do that he's not gonna get that to the media though. That's not for media purposes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, that's part of the cake. Come on.
Not gonna. Why would I do that when I know I have my cold cut evidence? And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna give myself away. You know what I mean? And then you said there was a busted eardrum. There was never a busted eardrum at all.
Well, whatever caused the bleeding. That was the only real damage that was procured during the match, man.
It was a cut inside the ear, which you really don't never see in boxing.
Jay Blue, you gonna respond
to what? The cut ear?
He said it was a cut inside the ear. I mean, you said he didn't hardly have any damage. He was just in there dancing around all night for 7 rounds, man. You didn't see anything that he really took any significant damage.
It's not significant damage, man. If you're talking about loaded gloves, he needs to, like I said, man, his whole face should look like the Michelin Man. Like, there's nothing, bro.
Okay, so
it's actually if you look at the side of his face, it's actually there. I'm not sure of your your skin color, whatever, but us as African Americans, we swell different than other races. How can I say this? We swell different from other races, and everybody don't swell the same. I mean, everybody swell differently. Even with that being said, it's definitely on the side of his face. It's definitely on the side of his face. And that's where most of the swelling you do see came from, actually on the side of his face. So I think most people get things misconstrued is just looking at the actual accident, but not necessarily knowing where it exactly is on his face. So that's what I think a lot of people get misconstrued on. But I can see with your point as well. But at the same time, I can't agree because there's definitely some things that happen that night.
Oh, there's a million things under the sun that only Deontay and Tyson are really going to know. Even if Deontay drops whatever he's got, because that's a piece of evidence. That's a piece of information right there, bro. I would love to see that, to hear that be credible. That just change everything. Like that, something, a definitive anything at this point.
Let me ask you this, Jay Blue. Like, just say for instance, Deontay was to come out, or Tay Jones come out with the evidence. They present copies. Would you consider the integrity of Tay Jones to be legitimate and validated, being he is with the team? Would you say, you know what? Okay, let me look this doctor up. Do you think?
Fucking right, I would, because at the end of the day, I ain't no fanboy, man. That's the whole thing. I think you got me confused coming up here.
No, I don't got you confused with nothing. If I ain't call you a fanboy, Jay Blue, don't put that up here. Because my
Okay.
language is thorough, bro. I'm not gonna call you a fanboy. I don't do that. I don't just call people fanboys and dick riders.
I
and
didn't say
all
you
this.
did, but I'm saying my whole thing is I'm a fan of boxing, bro. So if anything comes out on this, of course I'm gonna look it up. I'm a purist, man. I want to get the bottom
Okay,
level of
if
everything.
you're a purist, I just see a little bit of a tiny biasness when you want to debunk any type of manipulation in the Tyson Fury bout. But yet, when it comes to the Deontay Wilder, right? You're saying, and compared to what you're saying about the gloves, Deontay Wilder barely took any damage in that fight, but the fight was stopped. It makes absolutely no fucking sense, like you just said earlier. You're not even looking at the towel coming in there. See, I didn't even jump on it initially when you say that makes no fucking sense. I wanted you to put it together. But if the towel was thrown in, what the fuck did the towel was thrown in the ring for if he wasn't taking punishment?
Dude,
You said it was barely anything wrong with it. The towel
relative
was thrown in
to
the
those
ring, bro.
other incidents. Relative to those other incidents. He did not take
Why was the
that
towel
type of
thrown in
damage.
the ring? Was the towel thrown in the ring because he was winning the fight, or he was
Yes,
taking punishment?
because he was winning for 7 rounds. That's why they threw the towel in.
No, I'm
No,
talking
bro,
about
quit trying to
Deontay
paint me
Wilder.
into a corner to say something.
I'm
Let's
talking about
just talk
Deontay
about
Wilder.
this.
That's what I'm talking about.
He
Deontay
took
Wilder.
damage, not considerable damage to the point where
Not
he was
considerable
cheating.
damage, but the towel was thrown in by his corner. Okay,
Oh
got
my
it.
goodness.
I got it. Look, bro, I
You just
got
want
it.
to
The towel
sound
was
like
thrown in
Nancy
the
Grace.
ring
Why can't we
because
just
he wasn't
conversate, bro?
taking considerable damage. I got it.
There you go.
I got it, Jay Blue. Look,
He
man, you
took
act
a
like you can say
shellacking. I'm not
that don't
saying
make
he
any
didn't
fucking
take
sense.
damage.
But yet,
He
when
didn't-
I say it, you get upset about it.
Nah, it's just the way that you trying to get me right now. I don't understand it,
I
bro.
ain't trying to get you anything.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
are, man.
damn
You trying to.
talking boxing, bro.
That's
How
all
many
I'm trying to do
boxing
right now.
dialogues have you been a part of, man? I'm not trying to paint you anything.
Plenty.
Okay, check this out. If you've been to plenty boxing dialogues, relax and just have a boxing dialogue, bro.
I'm trying, but every third or fourth thing I say, you try to paint me into a corner and get me on it, bro. Like,
no, I'm not painting you anything. I have nothing in my hand right now.
Okay, check this out. He took damage. I'm not saying he
You
didn't.
damn right he took damage.
He took considerable damage.
Jay Blue, I seen you on other panels, right? And you up here saying, Deontay Wilder didn't take that significant damage. And I'm saying, well, why the fuck the towel was thrown in?
Man, you getting hung up on this, bro. I've already reiterated. This is going to be the 3rd time. He took damage, but relative to the initial incidents of cheating in history, it's not concurrent. It's not the exact same. It's not even on the level of that. So he did not take that much damage. That's all I'm saying. He took damage for sure. He was all kind of fucked up. But come on, man.
Did you say that earlier before Tay Jones got on here? Did you say that? No, you did not. You hit the replay there, Jay Blues. You did not say that.
Just try to get me on something. I
You
don't
say he
understand this,
took
bro.
very small damage, bro. Come on, man. I ain't trying to say anything except what you said earlier, man.
Anyway.
Look, bro. Look, I'm not here to kiss anybody's ass, but you the one who came at me slick earlier and say that don't make any fucking sense. Look, I was telling you, you was trying to talk. There was no reason. You didn't see anything wrong with the glove situation. And then you turned around and said it was no significant. He took very, minimal. He took, very minimal damage, so to speak.
I never said that shit, man.
No, I'm just saying, I'm generalizing.
Minimal damage.
I'm generalizing. He took very little damage to compare with nothing being wrong with the gloves, right? So I'm saying to myself, why was the towel thrown in though? If he took
he wasn't fighting
minimal
back.
damage, why was the towel thrown in?
Because there was 0 return fire for 7 rounds.
He was throwing shots as the damn towel came in. He was still throwing. His last shot was the left hand.
Come on, man. We can dispute that, bro.
So you saying you have footage of Deontay just getting battered in the corner and not throwing any shots?
Nah, he's in the corners, on the side of the ropes, in the middle of the ring. He's all over the place.
With his hands moving though.
They was moving, but they wasn't throwing back, bro. I mean, this is getting into a real nasty place of just like na boo boo. Like, I didn't come up here to disrespect anybody, bro.
I'm not disrespecting you. I ain't calling you names or nothing, bro. I mean, you say
it's just getting to a weird place. Let's
look. You should
on,
understand by now. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury subject, it can get very tense, right? Right, Jay Blues?
Yep. And
I'm not calling you bitch ass nigga. I ain't saying none of that shit, bro. Why are you so sensitive? I'm not calling you out your name or obscenities or nothing. I'm having a conversation with you, man. I'm not. You came on my channel. I am not disrespecting you, but I just want you to identify if Deontay Wilder was indeed in a situation where he was playing by different rules when it came to Tyson Fury.
Absolutely.
He was in there defending himself against a person who was manipulating their equipment and had the advantage on that night. That's all I'm saying. If your opinion is that everything was cool and you don't see Tyson Fury, you didn't see anything wrong with it, you compared it to Devin Haney, you compared it to other people, that their gloves flapping
Larry
back.
Holmes,
like
Ali's gloves move like that. I mean, there's a lot of people whose gloves move like that, man.
Yeah, you're talking about
Joseph Parker,
right?
Joseph Parker versus Andy Ruiz. I'll put a link in the private chat if you want to see floppy gloves, man. I got 4 videos for you.
I'm just validating where you get your sources from. See, you need to look at the fight instead of looking at people clips, because we're not talking about Ali or any of those people, the Ruiz fight. We're talking about Tyson Fury. We're talking about the steals that's out there. We're talking about the video that's out there. That's what we're talking about. We ain't talking about any other mannerisms of anybody else. We're talking about the cheater himself, Tyson Fury.
I don't know. I was just giving you a few reference points of floppy gloves, man.
Correct, because he is a cheater, and I believe wholeheartedly on February 22nd, why he didn't take the media rematch and then finally step back in there. He had to come up with a good, solid game plan. That's what he had to do. Did Deontay Wilder look the same on February 22nd? Did he have that same energy that he did the first fight that he went in there for the second fight?
Not even close, man. I think he ruined his style with that bulking up muscle shit. Like, Deontay's whole thing is being long and lanky and fast. Like, his punches snap like a whip, man. Like, the motherfucker needs to crack. Like, he needs that skinniness. He needs that torque.
So what was his weight on the first fight?
Real low, like 209 or 213, right? Something crazy low.
So you're trying to say 209 to 233, he was just a whole nother bulked up, fighter that's coming in there, and he was much slower. Was that just a problem? Like he was much slower, or he lacked power? What happened?
He looked like the pop was gone off his shit. Like he was an elastic band that couldn't pop, that couldn't like snap, bro. Like he was stuck in the mud. Like it's real strange watching him in that first round, man. Like the 2 or 3 right hands he threw in the first round just seemed like he was moving in slow motion. Like from then on, I said to myself, man, he fucked his whole style up. He was so sinister.
Did you see his last fight? Did you see his last fight before Tyson Fury though?
Oh, you saying he was bulked up? He wasn't that bulked up.
I'm saying who did he fight though? He was in the 220s,
Ortiz, right?
He was in the 220s, right?
I don't know. I'm asking you, man.
So after that fight with Tyson Fury the first time, how many fights he had before stepping back in with Tyson Fury for the rematch? He had like 2, right?
Brazil and Ortiz.
Okay. So do you think he was 209 in both of those fights?
No,
right?
He wasn't super muscled out Wilder either, though. I remember he seemed a lot bigger for the rematch with Fury than any of his other fights.
He was not as big and bulked up as you making it seem, but I get your point. You feel that he was, but I'm just saying, him coming off those previous fights into the Tyson Fury fight, he still knocked them motherfuckers out, clean out. He finished Dominique Brazil in the first round, and he knocked out Luis Ortiz in the 7th, I believe, even though I know what people say, he was losing every round. It don't matter when you got power, dog. So if power is the last thing to go, why is it being discounted for Tyson Fury's fight? Power is the last thing to leave. Do you feel like his punching power was still there in the rematch? I don't think his legs was underneath him. I don't think he was physically, mentally there. It seemed like, something was going on as far as, his physical being, wherever that was. I wasn't at the fight, nor am I a doctor. I can only make assumptions like you, but he just didn't seem like he was high spirited and ready to get in the ring and put on an amazing performance again. I just didn't see that out of him. So I'm thinking Tyson Fury, he competed against valued Deontay Wilder that night. When I say value, I don't think he was at 100%, bro.
Nah, he didn't fight the same man he did the first time. The man he fought the first time was dangerous, man. Fast, mean, sinister. The dude he fought the second time was just not even there.
I mean, he was hanging out on the ropes, Jay Blue.
That's the thing, man. You can't discredit Wilder's heart and his intestinal fortitude and just how tough that motherfucker is. Because, dude, anybody else would have fucking went down and stayed the fuck down. Like, he took that beating for 7 rounds and still wanted to keep going. Like, dude, you got to commend him for that shit, man.
I do commend him for having heart. I do commend him for never quit or giving up. That's why he's one of my favorite fighters. He's Muhammad Ali. He's my Muhammad Ali.
He's not. No, he's not, man.
No, he's my Muhammad Ali, bro.
All right, fair enough.
Of this era. You didn't let me finish. You just heard me say he's the Muhammad Ali. I say he's my Muhammad Ali of this era. Deontay Wilder is. Why? If you want me to explain it, because I've seen him do things outside the ring that's consistent with being the people's champ. That's when he was reigning for over 5 years. I seen him give interviews and talk to the kids and everything. I seen him out there with his team, all that shit. I've seen it. So, when it comes to his name being in a dialogue, when it comes to boxing, I hear people talk about he classless. Talk about the man, he out here twerking and he's this. They talk about every other thing to dilute the fact of how great he is as a fighter. It's tough to go in there with 11 defenses. 11. It's tough in the heavyweight division. And they say he didn't fight anybody. Deshaun, the link is in there, big dog. Sensitive really come back. Why you take it there? I'm not sure why y'all sensitive. I mean, what was wrong with me saying he was getting sensitive about it? Like, look, I go on some platforms and it's straight out warfare, verbal warfare. You don't get no respect. It ain't no man-to-man shit. They just all in. Me, I just try to have a sensible dialogue and talk to them like they're grown-ass men like myself. If they get mad at that,
about that though, because I be going to other channels, I be listening. I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? But they be going at each other. And they be going at each other. Like, I be like, what the fuck? But it don't be making sense from both sides though, and I just be laughing. You know what I mean? But man, I like Jay Blue, man, good dude, man. But that should just be funny though. Like when I go to other channels and I be listening and stuff like that. And they be going at each other, and both of them don't know what they be talking about. I'm like, what?
Screaming, like spit flying out of the mouth, like going at each other. Like, why are you yelling on the internet? You getting your point across? Are you right, dick? Like, can't just talk about some shit.
Yeah, that should be funny, man. I really do get a kick out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? I know that, I'm close to the situation and stuff like that, so I know more. But I just sometimes I gotten to the point through, since February, gotten to the point to where sometimes you just have to let people talk, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you can find, I don't say find, you can hear good, genuine people talking that, sometimes it may not be what you want them to say or hear, but you got to accept the fact that people have opinions too. So I've gotten to that place with it, you know what I mean? So I understand everybody's point of view from different sides, but, being close to the situation and knowing different things that I know transpired from both sides, you know what I mean? It just makes it a little harder not to really say too much, even though I know so much. But it's really funny to just hear everybody's opinion on it. And you got some people who's kind of close to the truth. Then you got some people who's not so close to the truth, but they making points and they got valid reasons. So it's a tough thing to deal with, but I'm always listening and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So it's always cool to hear people talk. You know what I mean? Because like I said, from both sides, it's a touchy situation. You know what I'm saying? But it's only few that know the truth. You know what I mean? And like you said before, those two people know the truth.
And Jay Blues, I respect you for pulling up, man. But if you took what I said, and the way I was talking to you, all the channels I seen you on, it's no way you can think I'm trying to be, malice or intentionally trying to deceive you with anything, bro. It's just this is a sensitive topic to certain people. It's not a sensitive topic to me because I talk on it, I speak on it. It's just, if I'm giving an opinion, you have every right to disagree with it. But I just hear a lot of people that have the opposite to say of what happened that night. They try a lot to say, well, he didn't do too much. Deontay didn't do too much in that fight. He got his ass whooped. He got clinic. As early today, I was told that he got a clinic put on him. You know what I'm saying? And all this other shit. But I'm saying the towel was thrown in the ring. So to caveat to your point earlier, I was just saying, if you saying he took, okay damage, I mean, the towel came in the ring. So Mark thought it was much more than he should be taking. And the towel came in the ring. So they must have to see from what I was looking at that it was detrimental. You know what I'm saying? It was detrimental to him as a boxer. The punishment he was taking.
Y'all don't follow? We don't know no parlay, bro. We appreciate it, though, bro. You sure this is not yeah. 1365?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, Jay Blue.
No, it's all love, man. It's all good. It's all respect.
This is the first time you've been on the panel, man. You up here thinking
man.
somebody out to get you or something. It ain't like that, bro.
No, it's just dude, the way you was trying to get me was funny as shit. I mean, it is. So what you're saying, so what you're telling me right now, insert statement. Like, don't do that shit, bro. Like, I see you game. You're hyper intelligent, good vocabulary. That's the only reason I clicked that link, bro. I listened to you, and you threw out 3 or 4 words and 2 sentences. I was like, all right, man. He's a smart motherfucker. I'm gonna go up here and actually talk to a human being. Like, I knew you was a good dude because you you're tied in with Mark, so you got to be one of the homies. But to hear you speak, man, you're hyper intelligent, dude. I had to come. Like, my whole thing is this: I had to come up here for understanding. Like, I don't want to be on this side, that side. I don't want to research something just to be right. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get to the bottom of something to find a pure sense of truth, to find understanding, man. So that's the only reason I ever want to talk about it.
Finding clarity. You want it to be. You want your clarity to be there through research and everything. And, mostly if I'm reading something, because this Deontay Wilder news, it's just all over the place right now. It's plenty of information out there. So some people just hear one thing and you can tell, like, if you stay close to this situation, you will hear people jumping on here and saying the same shit that they've heard on other channels, not knowing that person like myself, I'm always wave riding other channels and seeing what they're talking about. But you came on here and spoke what you thought and what you felt. I was just asking questions to retort some of it because I felt like you said he took okay damage. And I'm like, damn, it didn't look like that. It just looked like he took some severe damage in there and the towel came in. You know what I'm saying? But looking forward, one thing I do know that Jay Blues is this: that is the WBC has not even thought about starting up an investigation. Neither can they, because they do not have the gloves on that night. Sugar Hill has basically said that they're in his case in his quarters. And I don't know if you saw the interview. You probably did with Barbershop. Yeah. But he had several individuals, including Tay Jones, able to ask questions, which I thought was good. I think it was overdue for Sugar Hill to be on there.
I think he should have said a little bit more, but it is what it is.
He's fucked up like that. He wasn't gonna give them anything. He at the end of the day, man, he has his ego. It's a lot of people in boxing that don't give a fuck about those that's trying to find out about boxing. Seriously, I mean, boxing has some characters in it, bro. Like, these guys fight at the end of the day. They getting punched in the head.
It's a game of death. Why should there be rules,
dudes, man?
Like, why should there be rules? It's a game of death. Like, they deal in flesh. They deal in people's fucking blood and sweat and like, for real, bro. It's a game of comment almost. Like, look at early promoters and shit. Tex Rickard bankrupted a whole fucking town for a Dempsey fight and just moved the hell up out of the state. Like, this is a dirty ass game, bro. Like, it's not a sport. Like, everybody likes to say combat sports. So I'm not shitting on your name, but I'm saying, dude, at the end of the day, it's a fight. At the end of the day, no other sport in the entire world is the end goal to do damage, to inflict damage upon your opponent. Like, only in fighting, bro.
I mean, boxing's been around for a long time, man. So, yeah, hey, shout out to Michael Lewis. What's good, man? He said WCS doing 2-a-days now. Oh shit! Salute everyone in the panel and chat. Appreciate you pulling up that mic. Real talk, a real one. But you know, it's like when it comes to the heavyweight division, it was dead for so long. So when the division starts back up, Jay, you know, I'm like this. Okay, we don't have a murderer's row of heavyweights. So Deontay steps in there. You know, he gets his shot at Bermain Stavern, right? And since he picked up the title, he keeps it. He continued to pile on defenses. He continued to pile on the highlight reels. All along, you know, Tyson Fury is doing what he's doing, snorting and all this other shit. Finally decides to come back to the sport, get with his PR team and say, I want to make it a damn mental illness, damn return, which I think was bullshit. And even Wikipedia changed that shit around. It's bullshit. So he come in here and fight Sefa Safari and Francisco Pianetta, 2 cans, in which it wasn't even a dominating performance like we seen in the rematch with Wilder. And then he fight Wilder. He gets knocked out in the 12th round. And thanks to Jack Reese, he's able to recover. And he finished the fight strong. Okay? He did. So looking at the Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin and then WWE and coming back finally to face a rematch, I just did not see him performing the way he did in the rematch like he did those other 5 fights. I didn't see that Tyson Fury. I don't care if you pack on 270. In one case, people say, oh, packing on weight, it doesn't transfer power. Because we've seen Jarrell Miller go over the 300s, and he still didn't pick up any power.
Right.
So we just didn't see Tyson Fury at those lower weights knocking motherfuckers out. It's just we didn't see that. But all of a sudden, 5 fights, you return to face Deontay Wilder, and you get 2 knockdowns, and people's like, you know, one, you know, him tripping over his feet, and then the other one he was hit behind the ear, and he was just having all this success with holding and headlocking and all that. I mean, he won the fight, bro. Always.
Hey, you know where he got that shit from, right? You remember when he went to train with Darren Till from the UFC, and he was like, Dana, I'm coming. Like he acted like he's gonna be in the UFC yet. All he was doing was learning a little bit of grappling, bro. Like he learned how to tie Deontay up real good with that shit.
He did, and I knew he would. You know, I always tell people, mixed martial artists box different than boxers, especially on the inside. I've seen it with my own eyes. Their whole scope of training boxing is much different than boxing itself. So on the dirty inside,
fighting, man. The dirty boxing with the clinch fighting. Yeah,
the clinch fighting, and that shit helps, believe it or not, for some people. But you got to get on the side to do anything with it. But to make my point is, you know, if he went over there to learn that shit from Darren Till, to do, you know, to have better dirty boxing, learn how to clinch, hold, you know, pull down Deontay's head and headlock him, make him use energy. It worked that night. It worked.
Or just to reach out and stop the bicep as the right hand is starting, like some George Foreman use your hands type shit.
That's BJJ shit too.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, dude. He completely revolutionized this shit.
Yeah, that's BJJ shit too.
I get what you're saying, man. He looked like complete dog shit in them other fights before the rematch, but he completely redesigned himself, man. Like, not only did he do all that grappling training and the BJJ training, like he turned his punches over with the crunk system, man. Plus, going forward, like he redesigned everything, man. So there's your change. I mean, it is kind of night and day, so it's like, what the fuck? But I don't know, man. Once you learn how to punch properly, you're going to start punching some holes and some shit. Once you turn your punches over and quit slapping or quit like landing at a weird angle, just punch through some shit, like it's going to change, bro. The you know, drastically.
So why all of a sudden, when the second fight with Deontay Wilder, all of a sudden, you know, he was turning over his punches in the first fight. Just watch it. He was throwing his combinations and turning over his punches. Because that's one thing Deontay throw 1-2s. You know, he pretty much has the equalizer. But with Tyson Fury, he'll give you multiple head feints all the time, and then he'll throw some combinations. One thing he will do is throw his punches in bunches sometime. And he does turn them over. That's not the first time he was turning over his punches when he fought in the rematch.
Do you think that he was healthy in the first fight, Tyson Fury?
Hell yeah, I did.
Come on,
I
man.
think
He's
he
a
was
great big fat man made of jelly. Like, look at how ripply his body is. He looks like fucking.
What was his body fat, that J Blue? What was his body fat?
I actually believe that Tyson Fury was in excellent shape for both fights. However, I do know he went to see Coach Barry Lawrence, Coley's coach. I know he went there to learn different striking methods. I do know that. See, I've done a lot of research, on different things, and there's a lot of people who call me with different things as well. Um, I do know, like I said, the striking method that Coach Barry Lawrence teaches. Um, did he look good in the last fight? Yeah, he looked good. But the only thing that concerns me is that now I've got at least maybe one, two, three, maybe at least 6 friends who've all sparred, maybe 2 who's actually fought Tyson Fury. They all got one thing in common. And the one thing they all have in common, he can't fucking punch. So that just made me think to myself, like, this is weird. Because even people who's fought him in the past say the same thing as well. Now, I do understand you can, reinvent and turn your punches over, things of that nature. Um, but for his power as a fighter, it's either you got it or you don't. And realistically, you look at it, Tyson Fury only have like 5 knockouts. Talking about like out cold knockouts, and everybody else has been like technicals. So that lets you know a lot. When you're looking at a person's record, those things are not subtle. Those things are things that stick out. How is it that all of a sudden this man power changes significantly over time, and you haven't seen that in any of his fights since he came back, except for maybe one where that was trash. I'm not gonna call him a bum, but the fight was just trash itself. And then you look like subpar against Otto Wallin, and then 3-4 months later, you look totally different. That's not normal at all. That's very unnormal.
Yeah, but it's not like he starts Wilder and knocked him down with one punch, man. Like, his punching power didn't increase that dramatically. Like, it upped, definitely, but it's not like it was a world of difference. Like, whoa, what the fuck is he doing? Like,
Well, it's just that when you know how people react to certain things, it makes you look at the whole fight differently. I've been right there ringside when Diaz been hit by Luis Ortiz. I've been there, when he's been hit by um fucking what's the dude name who rocked him? Molina. You know, I've been there. And then on top of that, I'm always at the sparring sessions and stuff. So I've been there. Like, I've been in certain way he reacts to certain things. I know there was something wrong physically, and I know there was something wrong mentally. That I do know, and when I see those type of things and I can see that, it's like, this don't look right. You know what I'm saying? And those are definitely things that I can see, during that time. You know what I mean? So it just looked like it don't look right. It just didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? And
was you around him the night of the rematch?
yeah, I sat right behind Coach Cuz and Coach Mark.
What were Wilder's eyes like after the fight? Would they look glazed, like he was fucked up?
Yeah, it was blood. That was like not bloodshot red, but there was more of like glossy. And even when he took off his face mask, it was like I say, I was right there at the ring. There was just his whole aura, and me being around him every day. Like we was together the day earlier, but me just being there and seeing his whole aura change, it was just weird. And I was like, damn, something wrong. Now I wasn't the only person to say that. His assistant Chris said the same thing when he came down from taking the suit off. He said, "Bro, I ain't gonna lie, D don't look right." And I said, "Bro, this shit." I said the same thing, but I didn't say it out loud. I said, "Bro," I whispered to him like, "Bro, it don't look right." And then But this is something that we seen before the fight because, like you said, when you're around somebody every single day or majority of the time, you know what I mean. Like you know something wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like say like for instance, you around your wife. I'm not sure if you're married or not. Your wife, girlfriend, or father, and you can know when something is bothering you, and you know something is wrong. That's exactly what it felt like. You know what I mean? And we said it before the fight even started. You know what I mean? So something it just wasn't right, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I've never and I'm a fighter as well, so I've never seen somebody just gain that much power within a couple months. You know what I mean? No matter if you're turning, no whether you're turning the punches over or not. One thing about power, you're either born with it or you don't got it. And you can have power to keep a man off you, like Floyd Mayweather. People don't understand that Floyd don't have a lot of power. He got fragile hands, but he got enough power, enough pop to keep you off of him. You know what I mean?
And
But
he's got speed to shock you with it. You know what
right,
I mean?
right. So that was that's the whole thing about it. It just mm, when it's just hard for me to say okay he must have some type of pop. But when I see your record of knockouts, you only got 6 or 5. You got a lot of stoppages, but knockouts and stoppage TKOs are different. So, and I know I've got at least 6 people who've either sparred or fought you, and they all got one thing in common. That's just, you know what I mean? That's different to me. You see what I'm saying, bro?
This might sound like a joke, and it might be taken as comical, but I'm dead ass when I say this, man. When the whole when the fucking little baggy video came out of the little baggy some shit dropping out of the towel in the
Yeah,
corner with JD's,
right.
I I've been a guitar player, musician for 15 years, so I done been to a few festivals and taken a few things, man. So the way Wilder was acting, it was like, bro, it looked like he was rolling, looked like he was on some Molly or some shit, man. Like
Nah,
he really
bro.
did look out of it. Like in my experience of being around people
Right.
who have taken that kind of shit, it was concurrent with the same type. Like the activity was the same, bro. It made
Were you
sense.
just coming off a set when you seen that? Were you just finished playing a set?
No. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro. If it was Molly in his water, it makes sense in my head. Because that motherfucker was sweating bullets, wide ass eyes. Like you said, when he took the mask off, bro, just like, what? You all right,
Yeah.
Deontay?
Nah, yeah,
I mean,
for
you
real,
would
bro.
watch this.
The bad that you're referring to, that's tape gauze. That was the same tape gauze that I gave him after he finished cutting them up after Deontay finished getting his hand cut. I mean, not cut, but what you call that shit when it wrapped. And so when I'm the person who gave him the gauze because he always puts them in his coats. He did that like last 6 fights. I'm always the person everybody give shit to. You know what I mean? So um, that's what that was, man. And that's one thing about Mark. I mean, not Mark, but one thing about Jay, man. A lot of people wouldn't believe it, but Jay is one of those guys. He's done it one time and never again. Like everybody probably has smoked a little reefer. Everybody probably had one of those drinks, but Jay never has done that shit, man. Jay's not one of those type of guys. You know what I mean? And then for us to be even in Vegas, Jay, I think Jay maybe left this room maybe three or four times during the times that we had to go somewhere. Majority of the time, Jay was with his wife and 2 kids in their room, like a big house suite. So, and they went grocery shopping maybe like the first day we got there. So it wasn't no reason for him to really just be out and going to look for it, whatever the case may be. But even if that was the case, who would he get it from? You know what I mean? That's just it was bizarre to me, but I definitely I saw the video. I laughed. Me personally, I laughed about it. I talked to Jay. He laughed about it, but nah, Jay, he's not he's not who the UK media is portraying him to be. You know what I mean? So it's just funny, man. But like I told you earlier, bro, it's to the point now where a lot of this stuff get comical. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff now is just funny because it's like, damn, like every 3 weeks it's something. You know what I mean?
Because there ain't no definitive end say on it. So everybody's just gonna run crazy with their bullshit. Like they
yeah.
gotta find some kind of reason.
But it's the UK, bro. Like every time something has come out, it's always been UK want to make some type of narrative for. I mean, for what? You know what I mean? So it's just funny, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, I want to ask you, Tay, while you on here, another little parachute of information is out. Hit
What's
the
that?
current, talking about Deontay Wilder's cut ties with manager Shelly Finkel.
Yeah.
Deontay's going to take
Man, it's funny because when that came out, I was actually on the phone with Shelly. What was that? Friday night or Friday night? So he was like, well, Tay, now they're saying me and Deontay are splitting ways. He said, I can't make this shit up, man. There's always something with those guys,
It sound like Shelly too.
That's Shelly, you know what I'm saying? It's always something with those guys, It's always something. Why won't they just leave me alone? How about that? But nah, that's Shelly though. But nah, I was on the phone with Shelly. We was, talking about some other stuff, man. But yeah, I seen it too, man. They're gonna keep making up stories about us, man. It's been
So
like that every 3 weeks. There's always been something new. You know what I mean? For the last past shit, it's about to be a year. So that's how you have one of the most, you know, influential men in boxing himself. Still, you would think a loss hurt. I think you would think most losses hurt people. But in this case, to me, it seemed like it helped. Some people might be like, well, it hurt his brand with the things that he's been saying. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. But at the same time, if you think about it, shit, you've been talking about a man who lost for a whole year straight. How does that make your brand go down? If anything, that uplifts your brand because you've been talking about me for a whole year. You can't mention my name. You can't mention Tyson Fury and Joshua's name without mentioning mine.
That is for sure, man. Like you will never be able to think of either one of them ever
Exactly.
again
So to
without
me,
thinking of the other one, man. Like they're tied
if
to each other
anything,
forever.
bro, honestly, honestly, if Deontay was to retire right now, the whole heavyweight division goes to shits.
Nah. There's some good up and coming talent, man. Hergovic's going to do good things. I think Babbitt is at least going to be like a good little gatekeeper in the middle.
Babbitt needs some work to do. I like the guy, man. He got some power and
early on, man. He's early on. Like let him grow. You know what I mean? He's what 9 fights in.
Bro. But I'm just saying, for him to fight Herkovic, come on, man. It's gonna if Herkovic box him at distance and put him on the end of this jab,
Yeah, it's a wrap, man.
He in trouble.
Yeah,
Babbitt,
it'll be funny though. You know what I'm saying?
Arms, man.
Yeah, it's definitely funny though. It's gonna be a lot of up and coming guys. I know you got Big Mac Truck coming out, or well, not coming out, but coming up. A lot of people don't know about him, but he's one of the. He's definitely gonna.
AKA the Car Scott.
Yeah, he's gonna make a big name for himself, and I just can't wait for people to see him because I actually think that he beat majority, like over at least 7 out of the 10 top heavyweights that's on to come up now. And some of them there's some of them, there's at least 2 of them right now. That's still in the middle of their careers. I think he beats those 2 right now as early as it is. I think he beat Jared Anderson. I actually think he beat Jared Anderson very easily. But I would just like to say I've seen him in the ring with numerous heavyweights, and different heavyweights have said the same thing. It was like, man, he's a problem. Some people, some of the heavyweights, huh?
Then you say he spoiled Roy for the Tyson fight?
Yeah, he spoiled Roy, and shit, that didn't end well, but yeah. Yeah, man. But I just think that honestly, without a lot of this stuff, without Joshua and without Deontay, the heavyweight division will have been on fire as it is right now. Like I said before, you can't even mention those 2 other names without mentioning Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? And then the accusations that I hear, for us, they're gonna pay him $32 million and he'll get the winner of the fight. That shit don't even sound right, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Bob Arum keep coming out here and just shutting that shit down and saying, Tyson Fury said he'd never get in the ring with Deontay again. So we're more than likely pushing for the fight.
Yeah, he probably has said that. You know what I mean? I don't know if he did or not. He probably has said it, but at the same time, man, Fury he personally knows, which is why I said what I said to Sugar Hill, because I know myself. They know as well. You can cover up the fact, you know what I mean, but the facts still remain the same. I'm still going to speak my mind, my piece. I get threat messages every day from those guys, but the fact remains the same. That's how I know that they know. You know what I mean? For them to tell me, you need to shut your mouth. So what if we did this, or so what if we did that? Ain't got to think. I've spoken to different people. I've spoken to Mauricio Solomon team, and which you'll probably see an interview with me and him coming up later this week anyway. But I've spoken to Mauricio Solomon. I've spoken to different people from the UK who suspicious different things about that man anyway. You know what I mean? So I know, like I said, I know a lot, but this is only boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is only boxing. But I know Deontay is making his necessary moves for things to happen. And it may not be in the way that people want him to move. You know what I mean? But if you know
Chris
Is he going to Bridgeweight? Is he going to Bridgeweight, dude? Tell me. Put it in a private chat. I won't tell nobody.
Nah, he ain't going no Bridgeweight. Hell no. He definitely not going to Bridgeweight. That was one thing. He was like, man, he said it's funny that, they try to make every little thing for me to, move out the way. You said, man, like what he said, I'm a heavyweight. I came in this game as a heavyweight. He said, shit, he said, even if they did try to put me on movements to damn Bridgeweight, he said there's no competition there because they all been knocked. I mean, shit, dog. He's like, I'm used to knocking out bodies 10 times bigger than mine. So
Correct.
he was just like, nah, he definitely wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
What about the Charles Martin? They putting Charles Martin name in there.
Man, that's another. See that you see how it was 3 different narratives in one day.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what they do, man.
nah, man, you got to think about it. You got to ask yourself. Charles Martin, I think he's number 1 or number 2 next to be mandated for the IBF, right? Why the fuck if Deontay is not mandated or neither top in that IBF sanctioning, why the fuck would I let somebody who I know can probably knock my fucking head off come take my spot just like that? That doesn't make sense. And then if that that's definitely not the case. We're not even looking to fight Charles Martin right now anyway. You know what I mean? So that's just a whole bunch of bullshit, man. And it just get people trying to move different ways and things. We haven't even reached out to Charles Martin, man. So that's people gonna have the most to say with the littlest facts. You know what I mean? And it can get disgusting at times, but it is what it is. But we definitely have no intentions on fighting Charles Martin. If you ask D, he wants the best thing out there.
Otto Valeen.
He's always been that way.
I think you should fight Otto Valeen, man. Knock his head off his shoulders in like 30 seconds. Make Tyson look bad.
Well, I mean, I don't know who would be a top heavyweight after those two if that was to happen, but I think it's still happening.
Hey, cut your stream off, Deshaun. What's good, bro?
All right.
Deshaun.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I just to say, like we really appreciate Deontay, man. Like I never like this. I haven't watched boxing for like a long time or nothing, but like, um, he is definitely the most exciting fighter I've ever seen, man. Like I was a big Floyd Mayweather fan, but like Floyd never entertained me the way like Deontay Wilder does, man. Like my mother don't even watch boxing, and like her first fight was what was it? I want to say. Now she saw the Dominique Brazil fight, and she was like, "Yo, this dude is amazing, man!" Like my mother don't watch no sports, so for her to come in the living room and watch it with me, it was just amazing in itself, man. So I just want to thank you and D. No matter if he gets the Fury fight or not, like we always gonna be watching him regardless.
Yeah. Shit, don't.
So,
One thing you gotta do though, you can't thank me, thank him. You know what I mean? I don't got shit to do with
Show.
that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Real story though, man. My mother, man. My mother was dating this dude or whatever, and he knew that I boxed or whatever like that, but he didn't know that me and Deontay was close. And you know, my mother, she's not the type of person to, oh, my son know him or my son know him or they brothers and this. She's not that type of lady. You know what I mean? So,
mhm.
so she just let him talk, kept talking and things of that nature. So he asked me, he said, "Man, he was from the islands or whatever, so his accent was kind of hard." He was like, "My brother, you watching the fight tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching the fight tonight." This is when he fought. Remains the Vern for the championship. So I'm in Vegas. So he say, who you going for?" I'm like, "Well, I'm getting ready to go down to Deontay one round." He was like, "What do you say? What do you?" And, like I say, he's from behind me. So what do you say? So I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go there." He's like, "Oh man, you know him?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Man, bruh, tell him he got to do it." He said, "I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Brazil, dangerous guy." I said, "Man, this shit's gonna be over. Mark my word." You know what I mean? So ever since then, dog, you know what I mean? I've been getting people, more people since he's been champion, but definitely a lot of people who know me before he was champion, man. I've definitely have seen a lot of people come up to me like, "Yo, what the fuck is he doing?" You know what I mean? Like he's knocking people out left and right. And like I say, it's just a sight. I'm just happy that he brought excitement back to the heavyweight division because you wasn't getting that. You know what I mean? Me growing up as a little kid, I've always been known a heavyweight division as the knockout division. You know what I mean? I didn't see much. I didn't see much skill, but there was guys who definitely had skills. Now that I go back and look at film and footage, I'm like, shit, it was some motherfuckers who had some skills though. But yeah, man, don't thank me, thank Deontay, man. You know what I mean? I don't get no credit for none of this shit.
Yo,
Man.
you know what turned me into a Deontay fan for real? What made me actually love him, bro? The way he came out for the Ortiz rematch. His fucking suit looked like a damn Gundam. Y'all know what Gundam is? The fucking
Yeah,
robot fighting suits and shit. Yo,
yeah.
he looked like a fucking Gundam, son, and the fucking music was like, it's like some doom type shit. It's
Hey
like,
J
oh my
Blue, tell
god,
me if
son.
you look better than this suit right here, because I love it because I was there, and Tay
Yeah.
already told her about the show. But tell me, did it look better than this suit right here, bro? You look like a king walking to the battlegrounds in the Coliseum. Goddamn it! Shit is tough.
Let's go! Let's go! To this day! To this day!
Look how much love they showing the champ, man. That shit wasn't an MGM Grand. Look at that, man. You got people out there that really fuck with it.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
I'm
That's
like,
your
I
favorite
always put
one.
that on my clips, goddamn it. Because I was there, man. I saw y'all walk out the tunnel like y'all was headed to the Coliseum for war, goddamn it.
Damn,
Yeah,
you shot that?
Yeah, that was
yeah,
me saying, let's go. Let's
yeah.
go.
That was what Dominique Brazil fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit, man. Yeah. I
Mm.
I
like that
came
one
around
too.
the corner smoking everything, man. That suit. I'm telling you, that's one of his best suits right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit was on fire.
Man, I don't, oh man, I don't know which one I really like though. You know what I'm saying? The most, I do think that the white suit, that shit, yo,
Yeah, the Ortiz one, right?
man, God, Damn,
That
yo.
Ortiz shit. I got that video of him coming out the tunnel too, man. That shit was god
Fucking
damn.
majestic, son.
I ain't gonna lie, like, okay, so look, true story. So we normally do like shakeout the night before the fight. We normally do like a shakeout. So
Keep cooking. I'm gonna pull that clip up too.
yeah. So we normally do like a shakeout the night before the fight or whatever. And we pull up to the hotel because we all stayed in different hotels when we was fighting in Brazil. Because PBC did some bullshit, so we all did different hotels in Brooklyn. So we get over to the hotel that Deontay staying in. We get upstairs, and we waiting for him to come downstairs to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Shakeout. No lie, I fell asleep, but I heard some shit coming down the hallway like, "Droof, droof, droof." I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And mind you, we in a hotel. I look up, and the only thing I see is a motherfucking all black, like some black armor walking down the hallway. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? So I see him coming up, motherfucker. I say, yo, that shit hard as fuck, boy. Where you get that from? And then when I seen he had the DW on the back, I said, oh, yeah, that's going to be the outfit for tomorrow. So I guess he was just trying it out, see how it felt or whatever like that, man. Yo, I ain't going to lie. When I first seen the black, I was like, yeah, that's it. But when, we always talk, we don't say exactly what we're gonna wear, but he was just like, yo, we all gonna wear white and gold this fight. So, you can ask Scotty, Mr. World Combat Sports. I'm wearing all white or whatever like that. And I don't at this time, I still don't know what he gonna wear. Man, he pulled that shit out the bag in the locker room, and I damn near fainted.
Yeah, that shit was fire with the Ortiz fight. I ain't gonna lie. It's close, man. He has some nice outfits, bro.
I think the mask set it off though.
Dude,
But
just the
yeah,
shoulder pads. You know what else it looked like? It looked like Saiyan armor, bro. How
yeah,
it goes pointing off the shoulders and shit. It looked so dope. So fucking
yeah,
dope, man.
yeah, for sure. It definitely was, man. And hopefully we're gonna see that the outfit's just gonna keep getting better and better the next time. So the next time you're gonna see an even better outfit. And of course everybody gonna have their little jokes about don't say it's the suit this time and all that crazy old shit. You know what I'm saying? But the suit's just gonna get better and better. You know what I'm saying? I honestly can't wait to see what the next one look like. Honestly.
I got the I just pulled up the clip I did. Hold on for a second. Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, that white was something. I think that's one of my memorable nights, just for the simple fact that
Yeah, I'm looking at that shit too. That white was on. God damn.
Dude, in the
I'm telling
presence of the music coming in, just like it was nuts, man. It was almost like the Spinks fight with Tyson, where he came into just that noise, that reverberation.
you,
It's
yeah,
like a monster's on its way to the ring, dude.
Here
yeah.
go here go the one where they came out the Luis Ortiz. This me filming this too. Man, you don't know how bad I wanted to be down in that tunnel. Look at that motherfucker. That damn suit. God damn. That motherfucker with the shoulder pass alone, god damn it.
It also kind of looks like Space Godzilla. If you know anything about Godzilla, bro,
God
Yeah.
damn that motherfucker.
like the
Look at that
crystals on his
mask.
shoulders.
That's me saying, let's go, D. They're gonna take right there.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
You
Yeah, I think
fucking
that suit outdoes the one I'm talking about. Yeah,
you,
it looks better. Yeah.
you fucking walked the world heavyweight champion to the ring, dude.
Yeah, couple times, man. Couple
That shit's
times.
blowing my mind. You walked the heavyweight champion of the world to the ring. I bet you had to be nervous and jittery as fuck, like ready to pop off yourself.
Nah, man, because you know what was crazy about it? Because, like I say, I'm a fighter myself. You know what I'm saying? Although Deontay is like a big brother to me. You know what I'm saying? And we talk every day. So to me, it's just like I'm walking my brother to battle. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking one of my best friends to battle. You know what I'm saying? And it's just Man, it's different because, like I said, we talk all day. Like we're texting right now. You know what I mean? So it's like this is what you do. This is what I do. You know what I mean? Um, even when he came to one of my fights, I didn't feel any pressure, even though he felt like I was gonna feel pressure because that's the champ walking in the building. But it was actually the other way around. It was more so of him being wondering how I was gonna feel about him being at my fight. Was it gonna make me nervous? But it actually made the other fighter fight better than what I expected him to fight. You know what I mean? So uh even at that, bro, I mean honestly, man, tell you the truth, it's an honor. You know what I mean? Um, you're just right. It don't get no better than that. And then at the same time, bro, it's just like I think the part that hits me the most, bro, is when we walk out there. I always, ever since I was a little kid, I always had like this thing where when I'm getting ready for a battle, if I'm getting ready for war, somebody make me mad, like the hairs on my skin stand up. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I just feel angry on the inside. Like it's go time. You know what I mean? I just
Right.
get that chill. And that's how I feel every time we come out the ring. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it feel like the whole fucking arena be shaking when we walk out though.
I know,
Feel
man.
like
This
that
should
bitch
be
be
epic,
shaking.
dog.
I ain't lying. That bitch be. I be like, damn, am I moving? Like I could feel myself walking. But you know how sometimes
Outer
before
body
you go,
experience, baby.
huh?
That's an outer body experience, baby. You experience some energy that is on such a massive level that your mind has to remove itself from physicality just to be able to compute the situation. So you
Yeah, yeah,
literally see yourself walking around. You feel the entire building shaking because you're at a higher vibrational frequency, man.
yeah,
That shit
yeah,
right there, like that goosebump feeling, like that's your reflexes and your spirit coming to the surface, like you said, ready to fucking do something, man.
yeah.
It's
I'm
cool
telling
as
you, bro. But
fuck,
I'm
though.
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is how I just said that. I did not feel that the last fight. I didn't feel that the last fight.
What'd you
And
feel, man?
bro, it's funny because you the only person who had, well, besides World Combat, you're the only person who asked me that, bro. It just felt, bro, real talk, man. That night felt so off that it felt like like I explained it one time. You know how you be sleep? Have you ever had had a deep sleep? You can hear what's going on. You're trying to wake up, but you can't get up.
Sleep paralysis, yeah.
Right. So that's how it felt walking out, but it felt like I was walking forward and somebody trying to pull me back.
Hmm.
So that's how I felt that night, bro. And I was just from the um like I go to the dentist all the time. Like my gum started bleeding. Like my gum started bleeding when it was by the ringside, but when I was announcing the fighters, my gum started bleeding, bro. And
What?
I don't have anything personally, going on with my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like it just, bro, it just felt weird as fuck, bro. It just felt weird as fuck, man. It's just,
I'm
but
glad that.
like I said before, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to my brother that just pulled up. You know what I'm saying? To me, and like I say, um, I don't get no reward or nothing for this. You know what I'm saying? We just so happen to be great friends. It's a pleasure and honor to be around. And at the same time, from what D did from his what you call that, his amateur career up until now, I'm just blessed to be a part of it and see where he came from. You know what I'm saying? To make me work harder, not just in the gym, but in life as well. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. That's real talk, man. And I see y'all in motion, man. Y'all move as a family. You know what I'm saying? The bond is there and everything. And if you talking about Deontay pulling up, hey, let him know World Combat Sports, give him a salute, man. And it's always love, man. Look forward to seeing him get back in the square.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What y'all about to go out and eat some filet mignon and some lobster tails and shit and motherfucking down some of the finest aged wine.
Shit, that was yesterday. I'm trying to find something else to do tonight. I want to go play some pool, man.
Okay, for sure, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. But I appreciate talking to the two fellas though, man. And that's well, Jay Blue, man, I definitely respect everything you said, bro. And You know what I mean? I don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me, but it's mutual respect, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No matter what people may make me out to be on all these other channels, man. Like I want to say, I can only speak what I know. I can only speak my truth and what I've experienced. You know what I mean? One thing about I don't have a reason to lie. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Getting what you had to get off your chest, bro. And it definitely mean a lot to me. Like I say,
Bro,
I
it's
expect
all
everybody.
love. All this that I have to say about Deontay comes from a place of love. Like, if I have
Right,
any frustrations with anything he did or says, because I fucking give a fuck.
right,
Like, if I didn't care, I wouldn't get up here and talk about him, bro.
right,
Like, if it didn't actually warrant some kind of, like, if it didn't hold a place in my heart, man. Like, I love boxing, dude. I love any character in boxing. If they're any worth, like, you know what I mean? I fucks with them. So it's all love, man.
Oh yeah, good, man. Yeah, most definitely, bro. I can hear it in you. I can feel your energy too, so I can feel that. So that's why that was one of the reasons why I hopped on. But man, yeah, for sure, man. Thank you guys, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta get something to eat.
For sure, man.
Take care, bro.
Salute to you for dropping through, man. Be safe out there.
No problem, y'all too.
Yep. Was there something else you had to say there, Deshaun?
No. I was just listening to y'all talk about the suits and stuff. I mean, I work at McDonald's, so like my friend he just went to the Air Force like on New Year's, but like right before he left, I showed him like the last fight and like these entrants and stuff, and he was like the first thing he said was like, "Damn, this dude just came out here like Black Panther," and I never even really thought about it. I was like, it kind of do look like a Black Panther suit, man. So it was like it was really funny. Like people don't even watch. Like my friend never even watched a Deontay Wilder fight, and like he's already like, "Yo, show me the fight." I'm like, "All right, man, it's not gonna be pretty, man." He's like, "I don't care, just show me the fight." I'm like, "Bruh." Like man, like you'll get reaction out of people that you don't think you're gonna get a reaction out of. Like that's why I like Deontay Wilder so much, because like he bringing people that don't watch the sport. Like he entertains them. Like I never seen anything like it, man. Like, but
He's a good dude, man. I seen it. That's why, certain people was trying to put me in the Deontay Wilder fanboyism when I actually, been in several of his fights on the highest level and in the regional level. I've seen him talk to families and kids, man, give them bomb squads interviews, gave me interviews in his fight camp twice. I've been to his fight camps. I respect the man for what he does. He's an approachable cat.
yeah, man. But yeah, but that whole night though, that like from the moment he took that mask off, like even my mother was like, "Yo, what's wrong with him?" Like, I'm like, I don't know, maybe he just going through the emotions or something. Like, I was trying to rationalize like why he was looking that way, but it's like it's
Yeah,
cool. I think
man, with his eyes in the back.
yeah, I'm like
When he was getting the referee instructions, and his eyes was just like beaming. And that's not relaxation, man. There's something else going on.
yeah. Yeah, I was in the movie theater. The whole theater, all the people in there, it was like you could hear a pin drop. Like we couldn't believe what the hell he was saying. Like salute the Fury if he won the fight, but like it didn't feel right. Like it was just like we was watching a horror movie or something. Like, I was like, nah, something ain't right with this. So
Do
I
you
was
say you've
like,
seen that in theaters?
I mean, yeah, like that. I live in Maryland, so we have like movie theaters that like show like the big fights and stuff. So like people going to the movie theaters like from the casino and stuff, and was like it was a lot of people in there. It was like actually it was like three movie theaters, like three separate theaters of hope that was showing the fight. So like everybody, like when we came out of the movie theater, it was like everybody was like, "Yo, what the hell was that?" Like, I was like, "I don't know, bro." Like time will tell what it was, but like I went to work the next day and my man was like, "Yo, what the hell was that last night?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Like I really don't know." I was like, the first thing I told everybody, something wasn't right about that. Like I've seen people get their ass whipped, but that it didn't fit. Like it didn't look like that. It didn't feel like that. It was just like it felt hopeless. Like I don't know how else to express it, but it was just like it was messed up. I couldn't explain it, man. So then after like a couple weeks later, then everybody started coming out with videos and stuff, and I was like, First I was ignoring it because I was like, all the people gonna say it's just like. So after a while, I started watching it.
That guy said the only thing that makes sense inside is the inside of the glove, that the ear hit that ear, but this was a fight. It was a fight, but like I said earlier, I believe there were some ulterior type of entities that involve, the results that influenced the results the way it was. I'm not just saying it for this fight. If I see it for any fight, like I've been critical to cheating, I've been critical of the Margarito. I believe Margarito, the post-fight pics where he had the pink substance on his hand wraps and hand wraps was split. He used it in that fight also, but he was caught by Nassim Richardson when he was stepping in there with Sugar Shane and then commenced to get his ass whooped. So it's no telling, man. It's no telling how long he was using those wraps. Probably maybe 3 or 4 fights before he got to Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad, but I think these fighters who cheat like that to hinder someone else's life, interview them like I do. These fighters, some of them, they know what they want to say. I had a fighter in me. I had a fighter I was interviewing. I still have on my hard drive because I ain't putting that shit up because this motherfucker ain't coming from me. But he was talking to me, and then he blacked out. This cat starts shadow boxing and shit. I say, damn, I cut my shit off and backed up and let him get his anger out or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess the topic rubbed him the wrong way. Not me, but the fact that he was talking about something and he got angry. And this dude was motherfucking light heavyweight, the heavyweight. So he caught me off guard a little bit, but I was good, I just kept my eyes on him and look. And it could have been all bad, shawty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could have gave him a good what 2 minutes, 3 minutes, see what his movement was like. But
he started shadowboxing on you?
Yeah, it was almost like he had a blackout or something like that, man. His eyes got glossy. And
what'd you say to him, bro?
No, I was just asking him questions about his career. I said, tell him about his career. So he felt that his career it could have been more than what it was, but due to certain, due to certain, I don't know, problems that he ran into with boxing in general, he didn't feel that he was done right in certain cases. It affected him so much to the point where it pretty much took over his body right then, just thinking about it. So I think he was speaking about somebody that really hurt him and he just lost it. He came and apologized. After he calmed down, he came back, he said, man, I apologize for that. I mean, I got to get a better handle on explaining the situation. I have to, because you don't know nothing about what I'm angry about. So I have to pre-warn you.
Yo, imagine being that dude's chick and he just hulks out and like after he whoops her ass. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even mad at you at all. You don't know what I'm going through. Fucking roid rage, dude. Calm down, please.
I've seen boxers get in on their chick, man. That's like,
and they're so like the engine for throwing punches is there. Yeah. So it just turns on and it's got to run a little bit before it cuts off. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's just gonna fuck the normal person the hell all the way up.
Yeah, man, these boxers, man, and some of the girls that be with them, they like to throw hands too. Serious, they be instigating shit, dog. Like
the fuck,
they love that energy, and no telling what happened behind closed doors. They probably be getting the shit slapped out of them. I don't know, but look back at boxing. Boxing has a lot of domestic cases that happen in boxing because you're getting punched in the head, man. It's a full contact sport in the worst way. But I think this year, 2021, man, it's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the heavyweight division. Who do you see winning that Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin rematch?
Ooh. Well, if Dillian White can not reach for his punches and pull that fucking right hand back and be somewhat honest about his defense, then Povetkin ain't really got a chance, right? Because it's only because he left that right hand out there for too long and tried to come back with a left hook while he's reaching. But that's why he got caught, bro. He left himself completely open trying to do two things at once. Like if he's keeps himself halfway decently honest. That can't win that shit. It's going to be a decision win for White, man.
So what do you rate White amongst the heavyweights? What do you rank him?
I mean, he's top 10.
So you rank him at the bottom back end, out the back door? What? On the porch?
Well, he's at least, I don't know, bro. Because could you put him above Ruiz?
Hell no, I can't, bro. I can't put him above Ruiz because Ruiz been in there with 2 champions.
Could you put him above Ortiz? What about Ortiz? Could you put him above Ortiz?
I can't even put him above Ortiz because, you know, I look at it like this. Ortiz, both his losses against Deontay Wilder. So I'm just curious to know where he would be ranked because he lost to Anthony Joshua. He was knocked out in the 7th round. Okay, that was before Anthony Joshua had titles. You know what I'm saying? Then he looked pretty bad in there against Derek Chisora. You know what I'm saying? He looked okay against Joseph Parker. Man, I don't know. I just look. I'm gonna tell you a crazy story there, Deshaun and Jay. Man, I've been very critical of Dillian White. So when I was skating through the MGM Grand looking for interviews, right? It's late. It's about what 9:30, 10. People clearing out, going back up their rooms. So I'm walking past this damn restaurant, and I've said this before. I look through the blinds. I say, "Fuck that! That's Dillian White." I had never seen him. I said, "What the fuck he's doing over here?" That's when people thought he was about to damn leave Eddie Hearns and come over here and sign. So I'm out there. I got my camera, my shit. I know he's at the table with some big names. I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to this restaurant." And the lady said, "Stop right here. You have a reservation." I said, "I'm going with my group over there in the corner." "Oh, okay." So I walked up, and there was a table full of anybody you can name. Goddamn Showtime. I forgot his name. What's the Showtime president?
Espinoza.
Espinoza was sitting there, and a whole lot of other people. Dillian White was sitting on the end with his hands crossed. He had cut the mohawk, and I said, "Hey, Dillian, how you doing?" So I took out my phone, and when I did that, people was looking at me. I mean, I swear to God, if I would have took a picture on that night, I probably would never get another credential. I'm serious. They would have blackballed the shit out of me. They say, "You got a nerve to pull up here and take your phone out and take a picture at what's going on with this table?" Hell no. So Dillian stood up. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Dillian, I was wondering, can you, take a picture? I would really want to interview." He said, "I can't do an interview right now. I'm at big meeting." I said, "Okay, cool." So I just took a picture with him. And Dillian White is a pretty big dude, man. He's a pretty big dude. You know, like to get knocked out like that and just be reckless the way he does. You know, I mean, it just gets crazy to think of his mindset, though.
Mm-hmm. He is that loose cannon, though, and so is Del Boy. That's the root of their personality, man. That's the core of their being, is to be that wild man. Like when they're 60 years old, they're still going to be beefing with each other. Like they're still going to be that. Like look at Riddick Bowe. You think Bowe's ever going to change, bro?
I mean,
like, he can be ready to squabble until
right now. So I'm pretty sure he's much calmer. He can barely.
If you start talking shit to Riddick Bowe, he will get up out that chair and start shadow boxing on you, bro. Start fainting. Like Riddick's game. Him and Holyfield still go back and forth.
Man, I hope Riddick Bowe gets better because I heard he's not doing too well. You know, but with Dillian White and all them cats, bring this fight on. You know, a fight that interests me. I heard Joe Joyce. You know, they was talking about Eddie Hearns was talking about putting Joe Joyce in there with Alexander Usyk, right?
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I saw it on the video a couple of days ago. I mean, today, I think.
Yeah, if he doesn't get the fight with Anthony Joshua or whatever the case, Undisputed, he's gonna to prolong it or something. I don't know. He said he's gonna put him in there with Joe Joyce for the interim WBO title. How y'all see that fight going?
I'm not a big believer in Joe Joyce. I mean, he's all right. He did. I mean, he had a good fight against Dubois, but I don't know. He could win. He could win. I didn't pay much attention to him. I saw like the fight because boxing ego, but like
Okay.
but I don't know. What about you, Blue?
He's on the break. Hey, Mitch, I hear you, bro. Mitch said the last one took the dive versus King Kong Ortiz. You talking about Alexander Perez, I think. They withheld his $80,000 purse, but he got it though. You know, they gave it to him though.
You know, if Wilder don't get that rematch, you know, I'd like to see him face Dillian White. You know, that would be helpful. Like them press conferences, man. I would watch it every day on replay.
Oh hell yeah! We need that press conference. We need that press conference like Jamel Charlo and Tony Harrison. We need that type of press conference.
Yeah.
We need that back and forth energy. Two people can, you know, I think we're gonna get this with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta. I think they're gonna revive the trash talking pressers if they fight.
You know, once in my life, I actually like I've really, because you know I'm from Maryland, so I really like love Gervonta Davis because you know he's right up the road from me. But like I really do like Ryan Garcia because he's entertaining. You know, I stay on YouTube all the time, so I see all his videos and stuff, all the body punches, challenges and stuff. And you know, I mean,
and you know what? Not to cut you off the show, I think it's a good thing he does that shit, man.
Like, I really, I still think Gervonta will win because I think he just, you know, he got more experience and stuff. But like, if Ryan was to win, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, if he landed a good punch and he drops Gervonta, I wouldn't be shocked, man. Would it? He's a good fighter, man. But you know,
Sean, it ain't happening though, bro.
It
ain't happening.
It's probably not. You know, who's his promoter again? What's it? Oscar? What's up?
Yeah.
Oscar not gonna let that happen. But I would still love to see it though, man.
No, I'm just saying. Ryan Garcia landing a shot on Gervonta and dropping him. I don't see that happening. That's just my opinion.
I don't see it happening, but if he lucked up and landed it, like I wouldn't be like, oh shit, I can't believe he just did it. Like I'm like, hey, Ryan got him. Like, you know, a lot more people watch boxing, like especially like young people, like really like 18. Like, you know, I'm like at work, I'm normally the guy that always be like, hey man, you want to go watch this? You want to go watch that? So it's like, you know, people don't really watch boxing up here, but like since I'd be like, hey man, watch this dude, they're like, oh man, I'm trying to go see him now. Like, you know, that's the sad part about this whole like locker room stuff. It's not much of that, man. You got to pay for everything now. You can't go to the movie theater and watch it no more. So it takes a little bit of excitement out of it, but still, I just want to see some good fights, man. Like Errol Spence, I love Errol Spence.
So speaking of Errol Spence, Jay, you back yet? He dipped out on me. What do you have Errol Spence in your top pound for pound, man?
Right now I would put him number one. I really would. I mean, I think I really would. Just necessarily out though. Like he came back from
my next live, so we can talk about this because I can't get into it this late. But okay. Goddamn, I gotta go show some clip of my boy Mark Nash. You got him number one.
Yeah,
did you
man.
say that Deshaun?
Yeah.
All right, tell me why, man. I want to hear what your why is. What is your why?
Honestly, the man shouldn't be living right now. Like if it's me, if that was me in that car, I wouldn't have survived that. Like I would not be.
You giving him a constellation prize? You don't get a constellation prize for.
Yeah, like, come on. I mean, yeah, he don't look as dominant. Like I see some flaws. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but like
what he did to Danny Garcia. Danny couldn't even do nothing. I mean, like, yeah, he landed a couple punches, but like he couldn't even do nothing against him, man. Like it was just like, damn, he been off for how long? And he still watches you like he still beats you like that. Like, come on, man. Like
That's
my
Danny
guy.
Garcia, though, bro. Danny Garcia is good enough to be second. He ain't be the champion up there at the welterweight division. He fought for the vacant against Robert Ghost Guerrero, man. Come on, man. He's always been that guy.
I mean, you know, Bud could still beat him. I'm not saying Bud wouldn't beat him. Bud could beat him. I'll just tell you that right now. But like,
Bud beat Arrow.
I could see it. I could truly see it because Terrence Crawford is a great boxer. But like, I just think, you know, until I see Errol Spence get dropped, I don't see nobody. Like, that jab is a problem, man. That jab is a real problem. It's like, so I mean, you bet, you know, people gonna be like, man, you crazy as hell. You know, Bud gonna knock him out. Like, hey. You know, I might be biased, you know, because, you know, I'm a Cowboy fan and stuff. So like, I try to stick by my Dallas brothers and stuff.
So you from Baltimore?
Yeah, but I mean, my grandfather was from Oklahoma. Like, I was born in Oklahoma, but I moved to Maryland when I was like 7. So it's like.
So you've been there all that time, and yet you never liked the Ravens?
I mean, yeah, I like them. I have no problem with none of the DC, Baltimore teams. I was watching it. I was
You didn't give no love, bro. You ain't giving Baltimore Ravens no love. You didn't give Baltimore no love when Ray was there, Ray Lewis.
Of course, I got a Ray Lewis jersey in the back.
Okay.
I got no problems with none of them. But when you talk about my pride and joy, when I was 6 years old, I was going to Cowboy games. That love never left. I mean, you know, they question me up here. Why are you a Cowboy fan in DC? Like, of course, I get that every day. But it was just like, hey, man, that's my blood and soul right there. Like, you know, that's all.
Hey, Jay, you there?
Yeah, my bad, man. I had to step out for a smoke.
No, it's all good, man. I just wanted to know your top 3 pound for pound.
I don't really get into. I don't play I don't play 2 things. Homie don't play fucking resumes and pound for pound. I don't, man. Unless even classic, like my whole thing is old school anyway. Like Rocky Marciano, Jack Johnson is one of my favorite fighters, bro. Joe Louis, man.
Yeah.
Just I can barely get in now that all these modern day crop of fighters are starting to fight. I can slowly get into them because I can watch them actually in action. You know what I mean? And make my assessment from there. My whole thing is in ring. So I don't play records and resumes and pound for pound, bro.
So who do you think is best at lightweight division right now since it's the hottest division?
It's got to be T.O., man.
So T.O., who's next? Who's next after T.O.?
T.O., upon recent credible wins, I mean, you probably want me to say Haney, right?
No, bro.
But it's T.O., Ryan.
I could have got. Like, what are you talking about? I wanted you to say. I'm just asking you, Jay.
T.O., Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
And, see, I don't know everybody in the lightweight division, man. I don't even like.
Okay. So basically, Ryan Garcia's second off a Luke Campbell win versus a 3-time world champion in Gervonta Davis. Like he has more credibility than.
See, you can get me on that all day because I don't know New Age boxing, bro.
Yeah, I just think you know it's Gervonta Davis and then Lomachenko is still up there. You know that division is hot, man. They have 2 potential fights this year, man. Ryan Garcia, Gervonta, and also Teofimo Lopez potentially facing Devin Haney. That's just gonna be fire, man.
Yeah, they really need to make that Tank Garcia fight, man. Like that shit, that'll bring so many eyes to the sport. Like it's gonna be such fireworks in that fight, man. As long they can't not engage, it's not in their being, it's not in their nature to not engage and to be cautious, man. Devin Haney might dance around you and like. I'm not gonna say stray from the fight, but he kind of strayed from the fight with Gamboa, man. Like he hit him with some. He could have got him all the way up out of there, bro. Like that really put a sour. It left a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Haney, bro. Like
He,
I don't.
he was trying to pitch a shutout, though. That's what Haney said. He was trying to prove to the people he can pitch a shutout.
He should have proved to the people that he could have stopped that dude. He was on 1 foot, man. Turn him, make him react to where he can't, and then fucking clip him with some mean shit. I mean, come on, bro. I don't get this whole Twitter star thing that Haney's got going for himself. Like, at least Tank is starching people. Like, at least Tank is taking the fight to his opponents, man.
For sure. Andrew, I see you. World Combat Sports. I got to bounce. We've been enjoying your content since I've been following your channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support all the time, Andrew. Real talk. Pull up every time, man. You know what I'm saying? Support. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't when you came in, bro. Appreciate it.
I love Nakatani. I think Nakatani would be a hell of a challenge for Haney, bro. I don't think he can beat Nakatani, man.
And that's what I said, man. But people was up here talking about I was hating on Haney. I say, okay, a fighter coming opponent of Teofimo Lopez. I'm taking out Lomachenko because he has surgery injury, and he's probably going to go back to 130. So right now, Nakatani coming off that knockout, I want him to face Nakatani, not Javier Fortuna.
Yeah, Nakatani will give him that real pressure, man, and that real adjustment. Like even if
Japanese
he does
samurai spirit, goddamn it.
Ooh, the Yamato Damashi. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, man. I was over there for 7 years, man.
You heard of Yamato Damashi though?
Yeah.
Dude. You know, you ever heard of Ensign Inoue? He's an old Ensign Inoue was a fighter in Pride in Japan back in the day.
I mean, you say you heard of him. I'd say that sounds like a familiar name, fighter, not just something you see in Japan.
Dude, this dude's story is amazing. He became a pro fighter to see if he could be a man. Like, what? Yeah, I fought Randy Couture and Igor Vovchanchyn to see if I could be a man. Like, that's some legendary shit right there. Like, he never really went on to do that much, be a champion or whatever. He submitted Randy Couture, like, early on Randy Couture, so that's huge. But he spoke a lot about the Yamato Damashi. Like, fights are stopped too early nowadays. Because right when the fighter is about to tap into that samurai spirit, the Yamato Damashi comes to the surface and is going to bring them through the fight. Like, how many times you seen Ali, his body just die? Like, they knock him out and his spirit rises up, and all of a sudden, like the Holy Ghost, he's alive and throwing combinations and dancing. And you're like, that Yamato Damashi, that samurai spirit shit is real, man. Like,
if I didn't have a family back then, I would have stayed over there more and trained, in their schools, because their schools is so disciplined, and the areas that they can take you to is beautiful. Like they really instill discipline in their schools. I'm talking about you're not being late. It's certain training techniques that's, sometimes they will consider it a bit abusive over here and humane. Same as Thailand. I had the opportunity to see some Muay Thai training over in Thailand, because most of the time I travel, I want to be a part of some shit. I want to really know if I can stick with it and feel the type of pain they feel. And if I was one of those guys, I am sort of, to myself. But if I didn't have family like that, I would have stayed over in Asia for a while and just took up maybe about 25, 30 years of raw, true martial arts, and then to return back to the States, because I like their school system. I like it.
when you say soak up martial arts, what was you studying, man? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, in the military, I was in the military for 20 years. So we had our own martial arts program, McMap. But I went out here and practiced Japanese jiu-jitsu. I had the opportunity to I can't even pronounce the word in the form, because they have different forms according to the professor. But I was never in a school for a long period of time. So I did practice Japanese jiu-jitsu, and I don't want to say the Kempo karate, but it was something else. It was just too much to remember. I've been out 12 years, and I've been out of Japan for another whatever how many years. But yeah, I practice, and they like students to homestay over there. so they can get used to you coming and going, so you can start learning their art. If you're military, they really ask how long you have left. If you're there for 3 years, they really want you to train for that 3 years, because they can teach you a lot in those 3 years.
Would you learn to be a fighter, or were you just over there and you happened to
I was practicing the art, man. I love martial arts. I went to Muay Thai and practiced Muay Thai. In the gutter. I practiced in the gutter, man. I went over to Thailand in the gutter. I had another American direct me over there to this school, and I just wanted to learn some of their technique, man. I swear, I've been through some pain. I mean, that was some pain that I haven't experienced in any other school, but it's interesting over there. Seeing the Rock Marines train over there in South Korea. The way they do their body hardening with no pads on, medium right off the bat, medium strikes right off the back, no warm up, no nothing. They say war, you're gonna get it off the back. You're gonna get it immediately, expeditiously. And these guys train tremendously tough with no gear on.
I'm not sure about Korea, but I know in Japan there's still honor to the way of life. You know what I mean? It's not just discipline. It's like a level of stature to you. It's like you not carry yourself like a god, but you carry yourself like a well-kept human. It ain't American. It ain't tough for the sake of tough. Like, there's a reason behind their method. Like some of the Thai fights, that's some of the most intense shit you're gonna watch in the combat world, man. When they start fucking teep kicking and like the question mark kicks and shit and the fucking elbows,
shin kicks. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the checking of the kicks, bro, and the leaping, the jumping body kicks, like scary ass Tony Jaa type shit.
Knowing how to throw those knees to the body, using your opponent's forward momentum to raise that knee up. This is just not any knee. You got to practice, your hips, getting your hips to rotate that knee all the way up to the sternum while they're coming in. And, I mean, it's just so many ways to throw elbows, man, too, especially on the inside or at distance. You can throw a punch and then complement it with the elbow right behind it. I mean,
catch your leg and do the kick trip. Like, there's some demeaning shit about Muay Thai, man. The pace, like, it's vicious as fuck to me, man. Like, it's basically bare knuckle.
Yeah, the sweeps are brutal. People don't think, when they sweep you off your feet and it's you in air under, you have to hit and get back up immediately. Yeah, it's no pause.
Then they kick you as you land. Like, I done seen some Thai fighters do some dirty shit.
I respect Thai fighting so much. The kids that I seen over there with their shins looking the way it did, I was shaking my head. I said, "There's no way you can get away with this shit."
Bro,
in the States, man.
Did they temper your shins with the little sticks? The tink, 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 tink.
Everything that that's going on over there. That's why I said it'd be considered abuse over here.
Yeah, fuck all that. They gotta deaden the nerves on your legs. Correct. And just hit you on the shin bone, like where it peaks, and like the crescent, the top of it. Like, fuck that, man. Like, feel on the top of your leg, that fucking little bone, bro. Just imagine somebody taking a sheet of bamboo and just knocking your shit like a hammer. Hundreds upon thousands of fucking times, creating many microfractures. And when those microfractures heal, you basically have armor where there used to be bone. Like, you don't want to fuck with a Thai fighter, bro.
Yeah, calcification, deaden the nerves, in your knees. I mean, your shins, your knuckles.
Could you imagine a Thai fighter as an old man? Like, it'd be worse than a football player, right?
Yeah. His joints and everything. I mean, Thai fighting, those individuals who were in Thai fighting, the damage that they receive, all those elbows and everything, those knees, the kicks. Thai fighters know how to kick at a very close distance. I mean, brutal kicks too.
The angles they get. Did you ever see Mighty Mo when he fought Little Buddy in the ring? He was like maybe 150, 160 pounds. You know what I'm talking about?
If that's the same two people, what did they fight? Did they fight on one?
See, I think it was some kind of K1 event. Like, it was in a ring, but it wasn't Pride, or I'm not sure, but it was Mighty Mo, this fucking like damn near 300-pound Samoan heavy-handed like hook machine.
Yeah,
And-
Mighty Mo, wasn't he Hawaiian?
I'm not sure. He's some kind of Samoan because he definitely.
I think Mighty Mo was a Hawaiian though. Yeah.
But they put him in there with this fucking Thai guy with the armbands and shit and the fucking like the wrapping. Yeah. He wrapped his feet. Dude, he ended up doing some insane like Ryu diagonal flying head kick as Mighty Mo was coming in for overhand right and like knocked him out as he's like his body like kept throwing the punch. Like he's out, but his arm's still swinging and shit. Crazy, bro. The angles they get with their techniques is nuts, man.
Yeah, I attended, man, them K1 Grand Prix over there in Japan when a lot of these fighters is over here now.
You've been to a Grand Prix?
Oh, absolutely. I saw Alistair Overeem, man, when he was motherfucking Adonis, like he
Overeem.
was chiseled. He was chiseled out of rock, man. Sammy Shields, oh my God.
Sammy Shield,
right?
Knock you out with a jab, dude.
This dude is so fucking tall. I can't imagine him sending a knee up the middle and it hitting me in the chin. I can't imagine. This dude is so tall and skilled too. I used to like, what's his name that was over there? Mark Hunt, man. Mark Hunt was a beast that over there too.
I love Mark Hunt, man. Him versus Crow Cop is some of my favorite fights, man.
Yeah, Badahari, man. I love Badahari, man. I wanted to get his autograph, but Badahari, man, at one point they loved him, but he's a loose cannon.
You're telling me, bro. One of my favorite fights is him versus Hongman. Like, he's just so nuts, dude.
Yeah, it is. That shit was nuts, man.
He literally run, leap, and jump into a Superman just to be able to do a Superman punch. He had to jump like 3 feet in the fucking air and shit.
Yeah, man. I like the rivalries between him and Alistair Overeem too, man.
That shit is what got me into fights, man. The fucking the pick-a-bush. The fucking dude ringside. Just all that pride fighting, man. All the K1s, dude. Fucking Remy Bonjasky. Goddamn. Ernesto Hoost versus Bob Sapp. What got me into fighting, man. That made me a fan.
You think Bob Sapp beat Ernesto Hoops? You think they was just giving it to Sapp, man? How did he? Come on, man. The man was still on his feet, man.
Yeah, but he was killing him in that corner, man.
I've seen Ernesto Hoops so many times. He used to come on base, man, and meet this other martial artist and give classes. Oh, man, you want to talk about someone who you can look at his legs and see the battles he's been in? Oh, shit. It looked like a cask. Ernesto Hoops' shins look like casts, man. You could tell he's been in some wars, man. Damn.
I've been doing that shit since he was a kid, too.
Yeah, man. Legendary shit, bro. The Hindu, I used to see them. All them guys, man. The shoot fighters, the Nogueira brothers that was over there. I mean, it was so many. Rampage. It was so many people that used to compete over there. Man, I love seeing them cats.
Dude, they had some bad motherfucker. Like the level of talent back then, man. Like, it's fucking astronomical compared to now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Vanderlei in Pride was just another beast, man. Like, he beat Sakuraba 3 times.
3 times, man. Sakuraba considered one of the toughest Japanese fighters and fighters, period, in life.
Dude, he's my favorite. He's the most unique fighter I've ever seen, man. MMA, boxing, whatever.
He is, man. He's absolutely wild, man. And Wanderlei, man, he was a killer. The axe murderer, he was a killer, man. You see how he had that smile on his face when he was landing on knees on Rampage? Oh my God.
Those two fucking, I'm telling you, man, that shit is what got me into fighting, man. The Ernesto Hoost rivalry with Bob Sapp, the Vanderlei rivalry with those two fucking fights where he fucking slept Rampage and left him hanging off the bottom, dude, hanging, leaking out of his face off the bottom rope.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Fucking Kevin Randleman, the monster, son. Like, all those fighters are so far on a higher level back then, man. They're so much more dedicated.
You mentioned Kevin Randleman, right? He has one of the most sickest suplexes ever in life in mixed martial arts and fighting and combat sports.
Fedor, right?
He suplexed Fedor and he came off the ground and drove him into the mat neck first. Oh my God. Fedor should have been paralyzed. He should have been paralyzed. You talking about a rounderman who was probably on juice back then too.
Probably, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm just being nice. I'm just being nice, dog.
He could do a vertical.
We all know he was on a
60
whole bucket. Him and Mark Coleman got that. Him and Mark Coleman was juiced to the motherfucking ear tips.
Oh, the
Shit.
hammer! Oh my God, dude, he had the worst roid rage I've ever seen. Though.
Oh man, he did, man. I seen him when he was shredded. I say, how can that dude be fucking like? I seen him
Like he's about to explode. He just about to.
Damn, dude. Right.
When he fought fucking Shogun and Shogun broke his arm and everybody jumped him and shit, dude, I thought he was gonna rip somebody's head off.
Yeah, Mark didn't play now. I like Mark Coleman. I ain't gonna lie, I like Mark Coleman. He didn't play,
dude. The scariest possible fucking scenario in a fight, right? You get taken down, you get full mounted. Dude holds both of your wrists on both sides of your head and just starts headbutting you, just starts beaking you. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna die. About 3 seconds.
That bust was legal too.
Fucking dude, of course it was legal.
It was legal, plus kicking to the head to a downed opponent like a soccer ball kick, legal.
Pride was crazy. You could jump on dudes.
Yeah, you can jump up and do whatever, man. You can kick the shit out of them.
Mark Hunt do the atomic ass drop.
Yeah.
Just jump up and land on you with his boot. Like, what the fuck? All right, Mark. Like he tried to do that shit against Vanderlei, and Vanderlei's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, man. Them boys they had over there, man. They had some people. The drug testing was none and void. They had some good ass fights while them juiced up motherfuckers, them monsters who was over there. Alistair Overeem was a monster, man. And I'm trying to think of this other K1 fighter, the white dude with the plaid shirt. I used to see him all the time, man. The white dude with the plaid shirt. You know, it looked kind of old, but he was motherfucking.
Oh, you talking about Mr. K1, Peter Ayerts?
Yeah, Peter. Oh my God. Peter's a cool dude, man. This dude looked like the kind of cat you walk down the street, you don't even know he do shit in martial arts.
He's fucking stoned when you see him, probably.
Man, he was fucking people up, man. I was just glad he stopped fighting because dude was too slow and he was taking too much punishment.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he fight a Grand Prix as like an older man?
Correct.
And I remember him beating Jimmy Schilt. Like it was a close fight, and all of a sudden he started winning. And dude ringside was like, "Go, you crazy bastard! Go, Peter!" The very next fight, he has to fight a fresh Overeem, and it lasts like a minute. He just beats the fuck out of Peter. Peter's ears all red and shit. He just keeps punching him in the same spot over and over.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. Peter overcame a mountain. He defeated Goliath just so Overeem could beat his ass. Overeem had like pretty much a bye. Like Gokhan Saki got hurt with a rib injury or some shit in their fight. So he didn't really have a fight before that. But Peter,
I like Saki's erraticness though when he strikes. I love that about him, man. He gets with it. His punching combination kicks, but he just loses focus sometimes, man. But he's one of my favorite fighters. I like Saki, man. He didn't do too well when he came over to mixed martial arts either.
Some people, it's just not their game, man.
I always look at Alistair Overeem right now, the way how small he is, and I say, damn, you are no, you are in the drug pool. That's what I say. You are in the drug pool. You can tell.
He's back to light heavyweight fighting Chuck Liddell. Looking how he did then. Long neck and shit. You know what I mean? He's not he ain't mountain man no more.
I seen him walk the aisle, man, to a fight. And I was like, what the fuck? I say, God damn, Alistair, you that chisel dog? Like, dude had muscles on top of muscles, and he still went in there and put on the show. I mean, dude, he is far out of that damn era right now. He is in the drug pool, man, the testing. He's look extremely smaller than what he did over there.
Oh, yeah. For real, though, he kind of ducked the smoke when he's in Pride. He never fought Fedor. He fought Crow Cop, but he kneed him in the dick. Kind of took him down. Didn't really try to fight.
A lot of them cats need each other in motherfucking crotch back then, bro. Come on, man. That was a natural strike.
That wasn't no damn NHB. Like, we ain't talking Schuttelbach, fucking Valley Tudo. This is pride.
Yeah, that was Valley Tudo. Some of them dudes battle in Valley Tudo, and they forgot their shit when they was in somewhere else. And they kicked to the nuts, all that. I'm serious.
Hey,
Look, do you know one of the rules was you couldn't grab?
Yeah. I was about to say this is
You
kind of
couldn't grab
weird,
it.
but you know Gary Goodrich, right?
Yeah.
Big Daddy Gary Goodrich. There's a fucking Valley Tudo fight where he reached into his opponent's Speedo and squeezed his nuts.
Man, Gary Goodrich was an animal, dog.
The dude said, "Duh!" and fucking dropped to the ground and shit. He said, "I made peanut butter out of his nuts."
God damn, I can't. But oh my god, hell no! I
Peanut butter out of his nuts.
would have had to kill Gary. I would have had to kill him with a steel pole or something, man.
They
It's
didn't
no
even
way.
stop the fight. Like they kept fighting.
Wow, man. I still remember those elbows he landed in one the early part of the UFC when he put old boy in a semi crucifix right there, trapped his arm, both arms, and he elbowed him. I was like, damn, that's a bad place to be in. Crushed him.
He had a fucking arm wrestling champion jacket on, bro. Like that's a real old school tough man right there. Oh,
Yeah.
does this contest have to do with manliness? I'm in it. Like I'm about to win this shit.
Yeah, Goodrich took a lot of punishment in his career, unfortunately, you know. I mean, didn't he pass? He passed, didn't he?
I don't think he's still around. I know Kevin Rand went past.
Random. Yeah, Kelvin Randeman, the one that passed. Yeah. All right. But I definitely got to bounce, bro. You know, I appreciate y'all for pulling up, but I definitely got to bounce. I have to go show support to my boy Mark Nash, man. Hey, Jay Blue, pull up anytime, bro. You know, it wasn't nothing early except the dialogue, my brother. I know you know your boxing and shit. I seen you around.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
For sure, man. Deshaun, same to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up, big dog.
No problem, man. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man. Salute. What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you're tuned into World Combat Sports.